But now we are going to another dear friend of the show. This interview has been a long time coming, and to an extent, it's not even going to be an interview. It is going to be a very interesting presentation brought to us by Doof. I hope I am properly pronouncing the digital name. Okay. Let me call up our dear friend, and we're going to learn a little bit more about a historical and contemporary introduction to Roma rights. I want to learn more, and I hope you guys do as well. This is a topic, unfortunately, not covered enough, even though it's the most prevalent form of ethnic based bigotry and racism in Europe, in my modest opinion, because I guess it's the only type of bigotry where a liberal can literally believe not to be racist while being insanely racist towards this particular ethnic group. So let me call up our dear friend. Very nice to meet you. Thank you for your patience with getting all of this set up. Thank you very much to everybody that helped us, get together and so on. I think Chad is very hyped to learn. I am very hyped to learn, I have to say.
I'm very hyped to teach.
And yes, I'm really glad to hear that. But before we start, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, what you do, how you got into this category of activism, and so on.
Yeah.
Just basically hype yourself up for them, okay? Be
Okay.
very narcissistic as much as
Okay,
possible.
I've never glazed myself this hard, and I'm never gonna glaze myself harder, but you can go to the next slide. I prepared a photo of myself
Oh,
wearing the exact same shirt. I only wear one article of clothing. My name So yes, hello. My name is Doofingtondd. You can see me on the corner, you can see me in this corner. I am wearing the exact same clothes on the picture, on the promotional thing right now. I am Roma. I am half Bulgarian Roma, half Romanian Roma, and I currently reside in the UK. I've always been involved in like the Roma community in terms of activism, especially in the UK. I don't like to ask when I started to do it. I wouldn't be able to give you like a date or an answer. It has been something that I've been doing since as long as I remember. I've always spoken to people about my culture. Formally, I guess it would be like a few years ago. Um, when I first started watching like Hassan, which is cringe to say, he helped, but he did. Um, um, one, yeah, that's me. I guess that's as hard as I can glaze myself.
fantastic. And also now I know Balkan as well. So there you go. I mean, that
Severe.
was OG the main reason I got you on, because of us Balkan people have to shout each other
We
out and
stick
shit.
together.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Thank you for taking the time. That all sounds fascinating. And if you want to get right into the presentation, we're gonna jump from slide to slide, and then at the end, chat will have the ability to ask questions, and I
By
will
all means.
do so as well, hopefully, if you allow me, of course.
Absolutely. So the way I formatted this is like a PowerPoint. Um, no, we have two balconies. Great. Yeah, the way I formatted this is like a presentation. If you want to ask me questions as we go through the slides,
Okay.
stop me and ask me. Chat can ask me stuff at the end. Also, I do have like some notes here that I may be reading through at some points, just because I knew I wouldn't be able to have it on screen if I needed notes. So if you hear, bear with me.
Deal.
But yeah, I'm happy to go on to the first slide. So, first slide is just an introduction on some of the vocabulary that we'll be using. Roma is a person of Romani origin, so that is me. I am Roma. It is the Roma word or people. It is also our own language. that we have. We have many dialects. Basically, every settlement, every group of people have their own dialect. So no two Roma people from different parts of Europe will ever completely understand each
Mhm.
other, which is really interesting.
It is.
Gajo is a person of non-Romani origin, so that is you guys, unless some of you guys are Roma in this chat as well. Um, it's not a slur. It literally just means non-Roma. It still means person. It's just a different type of person. Um, Gypsy is a racial slur. Today, while we are here, I would appreciate it if nobody in chat used that word.
Of course.
If
And
you want to,
always you'll get banned. Fuck you. No, of
yeah,
course, of course.
yeah, of course. But in particular, let's say like we're talking, let's say you have a question, phrase it in like, um, in a way like people, I've heard people say the G word. Say the G word, don't say gypsy, please. If you want to mention the word, don't say the actual word.
That's
And
fair.
anti-gypsyism, which is a bit of a paradox, is the racism and discrimination towards Roma. I have a little here, little fuck anti-gypsyism
Cool.
um sticker here behind my Palestine one and my punk against capitalism. Um yeah.
Yep.
So we can skip forward to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Hugo. You're so oh. Będziesz wam
Oh,
buski
thank you.
durcie. Yeah, so Gypsy.
Yeah.
The origin of Toasty's like click slideshow, click slideshow.
I can't because it goes on the whole screen, Toasty. I am not clicking
Oh,
slideshow.
in that case,
Yeah.
maybe like shift it a little bit so no one gets a sneak peek.
Ah,
If
okay.
that makes
Oh, okay, okay. You don't want spoilers.
is Tigana yes, it is. We're gonna get into that as the next slide. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So gypsy is the origin of the word in English, gypsy, comes from English Europeans. They thought we came from Egypt. Now, English people also thought that Native Americans and Indians were the same
Yeah.
people. So, you know, it's not really the place to be getting information from, like, is white people in like that time period. They had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Um, it is has historically been used to dehumanize and ostracize Roma. It has been used historically to put people aside and make people feel different, and it's been used in English as well as in like Slavic, like the word Tigan
Mm-hmm.
um, or Tiganin have been used to like make fun of somebody, like, oh, you're dark like a gypsy, oh, you
Yeah.
look like a gypsy, or you act like a gypsy. It's always it's never a positive, which is why I don't like when non-Roma people use it. Roma people, I'm gonna say the word gypsy as much as I fucking like to. I'm sorry.
Of
Also, I
course.
have mascara in my brow. I'm just taking that out because it's bothering me. My apologies. Um, I it's a word for us to reclaim, and we do, and we use it playfully to each other, you know, as well as in our day-to-day life. Um, and it is a fucking slur. I shouldn't have to justify not wanting to hear a slur. Full stop. Next slide, please, Hugo. Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely. But so many people truly try to justify it. I mean, I can talk about my part of the world all the time, even though, as you beautifully
Of
put,
course.
100% of the time it is used with a negative connotation. So they're like, oh, but this, I don't mean it as a bad thing, but that every single time you use the word, you're connecting it to something fucked up and like negative. It's always a negative connotation to it, which
Yeah.
obviously shows that you're
It's
always using it as a
never,
slur. So it is a
it's
fucking slur.
never,
Like what the mental
it's never like,
gymnastics
oh
are
my
fun
God.
to me. I don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, it's never like, oh my God, look at that beautiful gypsy girl. And her, you know, she's like singing beautifully.
Yeah,
You know, it's always
yeah,
like, look at that scary gypsy lady. She's gonna steal you.
yeah. Or you're doing
Um,
something particular that's connected to
yeah,
bigoted perspectives. Like there's never like. oh yeah, like for example, oh the woman looks beautiful. She looks like G word or whatever, right? It's
Yeah,
always
never,
the
ever.
opposite. So it's
The
yeah.
opposite, yeah. So the word Tsigan, now a lot of you chatters have said this already multiple times in chat. I'm gonna ask you to not say Tsigan either. So the origin of the word Tsigan comes from the Greek word Athinganos, which literally translates to untouchable.
Oh wow, and it's yeah, it's in
Yeah,
the word. Hmm.
yeah. And basically, when we would have been around Greece, we would have been on the outskirts of society. Not much has changed. On the outskirts of settlements, and they would be like, "Oh, those guys, those are the untouchables. Don't go near them."
Hmm.
And then that word, obviously being in the Balkans, being a Slav, obviously Greek isn't Slavic, but like Bulgaria and like those nations there that are Slavic, they would have like taken that word and adapted it to Tigan or
Yeah, it's usually
Tigani or
Macedonia, Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia,
yeah,
everybody that speaks.
Bulgaria,
Yeah, yeah,
everywhere,
yeah, yeah.
every Slavic country. Oh, again, same thing. Used to insult someone's character or appearance, used to differentiate and create adversity, and it is dehumanizing.
And to give additional context, like to chatters, and now I'm talking Eastern Europe, I'm talking Balkans in particular. You like you hear this word like 15 times a day. Okay,
Yes.
even people that are in no way connected to normal people or whatever. It is insanely integrated into everyday language. Like you
Yeah.
just hear it all the time, like absolutely everywhere. The bartender, the random lady on the bus, two dudes fighting. Two like pale Slavic dudes fighting are
Yeah.
just calling each
They'll
other
insult
the
each
C
other in
word
the
and so
street.
on. It's
Yeah.
all the time. I don't believe I have a single day where I go outside. Not when I'm by myself. I'm not running around saying it. When I'm outside, that I don't hear it. Like it's just to contextualize for chat how
Yeah.
widespread it is. It's every single day. Every single day.
There's even like it's so prevalent that there's even like sayings like we have in Bulgarian, oh, това е циганска работа. That is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
gypsy
yeah, yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. This is just
It's
absurd.
like something will go bad, like you drop something or like you like let's say you're getting renovations on your house, like циганска работа. Like
Yeah.
like it is everyday vocabulary in the Balkans in particularly. Um but yeah, we can I'm gonna ask you all not to say it. Refer to the words Roma. Rom means one person.
Yeah.
Romani means woman. Um, if you're not sure, just say Roma. The grammar doesn't matter too much to me. Like, it's fine. I'm not teaching you the language today, nor will I be teaching you the language ever, because it is a closed language. So, as you can imagine, well, we'll get into it a
Yeah.
little bit further down the line. But yeah, we can go into the next slide.
Yes. There we go. Origins.
So, yes, Romani origins are very hard to pin down. It's very difficult to say where we came from because we don't have a written history. We don't write our own history. We speak it. We speak our history to each other. We pass it down as stories. We pass it down as songs. We pass it down as such. Um, Genetically, yes, that's correct, Cat Grizz. Historically, we have like the same language basis as like Punjabi, Urdu, Hindu, like those South Asian languages. Genetically, we're also very close to South Asian people when you look at the genetics now, which is why we can infer that that is where we originate from.
Understood.
And this map is more of a speculation, kind of, with obviously like some level of stuff to back it up. It's too complicated. There's people that still study this, um, which is why it says like suspected to have started due to an Afghan invasion over a thousand years ago. Um, is that's why migration would have started. So migration would have spread throughout the basically Silk Road. I think that's what it's called in English.
Yep.
And it would have spread through that because that is like a sustainable means to travel by foot, by caravan, also known as vardo, by on wheels. Um, so yeah, that's what we would have done to get from South Asia to Europe. So this migration would have taken hundreds of years to happen. And it would have happened because no matter where we went, we wouldn't have been allowed to settle because of our, you can imagine the further north you go, the further east you go, not east, sorry, west,
Mm-hmm.
um, the further northwest you go, the wider the people get, and you stay brown.
Yeah.
Uh, and you still have your own language, you have your own cultural practices. And when you go and you move forward, you try and settle, you're like, oh, look, a nice stream, a nice piece of land. Let me stay here with my family. Let's unload the caravan. Oh, look, it's a nice village. Maybe we can go find some work there. Oh, pitchforks, fires. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
No time to settle. A lot of Roma people did settle now or
Mm-hmm.
have tried to settle. Very few of us are still mobile. Or if they are, most of the ones that are only mobile for the are only mobile for set amounts of times of years, like set amount of period in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will travel in the summer, but then go to their house in winter. But most Europeans in Europe, not Europe, fucking Roma in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
are settled. I own a
Yeah.
house personally. I know, I know. Get me, leftists. Come at
Oh,
me,
I own
come
my
at
own
me.
place too. No worries. No, we are. That's our dangest strain here that we appreciate. But so yeah, absolutely good for
Yeah,
you. Good for you.
fake leftists. Yeah, keep it coming.
What a masochist! I swear to God. But okay, what would you? I know it's a complete guesstimate, but of all Roma people in Europe, how many still travel during that
Not a
particular
lot.
period? 5%,
Most
10.
so the out of so there's about 12 million of us in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly, though that's a lot of people don't claim to be Roma on censuses because historically census information has been
Yeah, been
used to
used to.
then,
Yeah, yeah,
sent us to fucking concentration
yeah.
camps. So a lot, like I have a friend whose last name means to smile in Roma,
Mm-hmm.
and to this day, she does not claim to be Roma. She's like, no, I'm spicy white. And this girl is the most Roma girl
Yeah.
you have ever seen in your entire life. So roughly,
Self-orientalization is a disease. Yeah. The
yes,
only the main reason
self-orientation.
I'm gonna be completely open. The main reason I'm specifically asking about the traveling bit is because I know a shit ton of Roma people throughout my life and so on, and they just live. They have lovely homes and they live in their homes. And then, especially specifically, I watched British and Irish movies in which they have Roma people that I think they refer to
Yes,
as travelers or something that
travelers.
actually
Yes,
move around, and it's like set in the
yes,
90s, set in the 2000s. It was like, what the fuck?
yes. Like
That happens? What? I was genuinely
Peaky
like,
Blinders.
what? Yeah.
Yeah. So Irish travelers and Roma people are two separate groups
Okay. Mm-hmm.
at this moment in time.
Okay.
Um, there is speculation that Irish travelers could have been of Romani origin. However, when I look at Irish
Mm-hmm.
travelers, which I do because I live in the UK,
Yeah.
um, they're white. They are Irish. They're just um, like native Irish people that would have migrated for different reasons or similar reasons to Roma people. In the UK, especially in Ireland, there were persecutions based on religions, especially during the Tudor times. Now, this is getting into British history, which is disgusting. I don't want to be talking about that. But Irish people were persecuted on the basis of their religion
Yep.
um, because the Church of England did not want to allow Catholicism to exist, whereas Irish people were just like, I want to be Catholic, and then the British Church was like, no, and they would like go and like take land and like place lords in like specific areas, and then those people would like have to migrate and leave.
Wow, and because of the context of oppression, which leads to migration as a form of defense, as you said,
Yes.
two different peoples end up getting confused one for another because of kind of the way of life that
Yes,
they both
the
chose and was
similarities,
forced
yeah.
upon them by different systems of oppression that they were trying to save themselves from. That's actually low key fascinating. There you go. We were all
Yes,
products of our environment and blah blah blah, all
we
the
are.
communist shit that you know.
And yes. And with obviously there is overlap between Roma and Irish traveler people. I personally have a friend she's the most fucked up mix of races. She has all the worst things you can be in the UK.
She
She's
collected
Jewish.
all the
Yeah, she's
rare
Jewish,
Pokemon.
Roma, and traveler.
Oh my
She's
god! Holy shit!
she's
Like
cooked.
that.
She's the Nazis look at her and they're like, "You're
Yeah.
perfect."
Can we put you on a poster? Can we?
Yeah, you're the number one enemy.
Yeah.
She, bless her heart, the most incredible person I know.
Awesome.
The most incredible person I know. Oh, like they're such a big part of like why I got into activism, like publicly, not just like like in my livelihood, like explaining stuff to people. Um, but yeah, shout out Lolo. They're incredible. Um, but yeah, you can like the same way you can be like mixed race. You know, you can be
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
black
Of
and
course,
white.
of
You
course.
can be Roma and traveler.
Yeah, that's what I always. There
Um,
you go. I learned something new. That's why I always just thought like travelers don't look like the Roma that I see on
yes,
the streets here because just a lot of time passed and people have sex, have
yeah.
babies, and they become
with
paler or darker. Who gives a fuck, right? That's
with
the association. But that was
this
not.
is
Yeah.
this is something that like you bring up something really interesting as well. Something that usually I wouldn't talk about in front of Gajeh,
Mm-hmm.
but colorism is a defense mechanism, which sounds so shit to say. Um, it is such a horrendous, violent thing to say, but a lot of Roma people, whether they were forced to, which we'll get into later on, or chose to, they would purposely try to like breed or like have children with lighter skinned people so that it would be harder for them to, well, it would be easier for them to assimilate and
Yeah.
for them to
Yeah.
live under the radar
Yeah.
of Gajeh. Um, which which is a really like deeply hurtful part in our community that we have like internally because I am a light-skinned Roma person, but when you see me in the Balkans, you know I'm not white. It's
Yeah.
only in Western Europe that when I go, people are like, "Oh, you're not white. We don't know what you are, but you're not quite white." But whereas when I'm in the Balkans, everyone's like, "Oh no, Tsiganka."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, so it is like fascinating that historically, like some people would have chosen and some people would have been forced to breed with light and white people. Um, which again is like it's why you can get someone like me and someone that's like that looks like they're from Pakistan and we're both the same ethnicity. Like it's very hard for a non-Roma person to look at someone and go Rom
Yep.
because we don't all look alike. There is like my uncle, he's like white, blonde hair, blue eyes, like he looks completely Slavic.
Yep.
And then he opens his mouth, he doesn't speak very good Bulgarian. You can't judge a Roma person based on the way they look because it's
Of course, and any
yeah,
category of
we
people
all look
in
so different.
general, that's the whole meme at the end of the day.
Yeah. But yeah, we can move on to the next slide
Yes.
as well.
Bum. Next live. Next slide live.
So this slide is I wanted to talk about chattel slavery in Romania for two reasons. One is because, and the main one is because a lot of people don't know what happened. A lot of people don't know that Roma people were kept as slaves. And also because I wanted to illustrate like the mirror fucking image it is to slavery, sorry, of African Americans. It is like you are holding a mirror between them and you're like, that's the same thing, it's just slightly different. So chattel slavery, uh, the earliest records we have are in the 13th century in Wallachia, which is a principality of Romania, modern day Romania. And there's records that show evidence of 40 Roma families being gifted to the monastery by the Prince of Wallachia, which is crazy.
This
Like,
is insane. Yeah.
imagine 40 fucking families. That's like at least 100 people. You
Yep.
know, if everybody's like my wife, husband, child,
Yep.
that's at least 100 fucking people.
Yep.
Um, being gifted as though they were objects. This went on for 500 years. Um, they were seen as property. They were seen as disposable, something that you can breed, something that you can trade, something that you can sell, brand, kill, every like torture. Like the same thing, like when you watch like movies like 12 Years a Slave
Mm-hmm.
and you see like the way slaves were treated in America, that's the same thing Romanians were doing in Europe
Yep.
to Roma. Um, the state-owned slaves were freed in 1844, and private slavery was abolished in 1855. So 11 years afterwards. So the state was like, we're not gonna have slaves anymore. 500 years after having slaves. You can see on the right-hand side also there is a poster. Uh, Bună seara. Are we discussing Romania? Yes. Um, you can see on the side there's a poster and it translates to "for sale, a prime lot of gypsy slaves to be sold by auction at the monastery of Saint Elias, 8th of May 1852, consisting of 18 men, 10 boys, 7 women, and 3 girls in fine condition." Literally,
Insane
like you're
shit.
like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm about to sell some vegetables. Let's all meet up, guys. Let's meet in front of the
Keep in mind they're
monastery.
they're prime. They're prime. Okay,
Prime.
not just any. They're prime.
Yeah. Prime in fine condition. Slightly used. Just slightly used. Lightly branded,
Yeah.
Um Christ Almighty is exactly right, because this was happening at the church. This was happening at the fucking monastery. This is how like mainstream it was. Like the monastery would own the slaves. The church would own the slaves. The government would own the slaves. The lords, the princes, the these like the bourgeois class would own the slaves, and so would just like average people. You're a little bit more well off. Okay, like let's say you're a farmer. I'm gonna like be a farmer and I'm gonna like just buy me a slave. I don't want to be working the soil all fucking day. I'm just gonna buy me a slave.
Yep.
There's an auction going on at St. Elias on the 8th of May. Everybody, let's go. Let's go get some slaves. Oh, but we're gonna split up the family. We're gonna get 3 men and leave everyone else together. Fuck it. We don't care. They're not people. They're animals.
Yeah. And slavery
That's the
get.
men.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
You're good. But that's the mentality that people had. Also, let me just link something in your chat really quickly. No, that's the Spotify playlist of the music I was listening to earlier. Hold on 1 second. I did which I can send the. Oh, I must be subscribed to send links.
Send it to me
Oilers,
in Discord.
Oilers. Hello,
Yes.
hello.
What the actual fuck?
What the
Post
fuck?
something. What the actual fuck? She is
Think
not.
Celtic.
Oh my god.
Why aren't Oilers?
Embarrassing.
Hello.
Just post something in chat so they see your profile name. God, I'm embarrassed. I apologize for my Oilers. Come on. Pay your taxes, god
Thank
damn
you.
it.
Thank you,
There we go.
McFat.
Thank you, McFatbutt. Very good.
Thank-
Very, very good. No, thank you. You just made me $4. You rock.
Of course. I am the Roma slave. I have to.
Come on. Fuck you. That was uncalled for. Motherfucker. Come on. Good one.
Hold
Though.
on,
Good one.
let me
I'll
just
give it to you. You got me a prime sub. Oh Lord. Okay, now I went there.
Of
Jesus.
course.
Okay.
I got myself a sub. I can like put emotes now.
Fantastic.
It's excellent. I did this for myself. Um, I
Send the
forgot
link.
about
Send the link before you forget. Send the
yes,
link.
the link. I sent it. So this is all again the fucking Spotify. No, please. This is a link, like a link tree of all the resources and sources that I'm using. So anything that's like bold and highlighted has a corresponding link. It may not be, I didn't like type in the names, but you can fucking like scroll and read it. The it's at the bottom is the first and at the top is the last link. So you have to start the other way around.
Fantastic.
That's how you have to do it. Also, if I could ask, this is something we did for LB stream. If I may please ask, if you have a question, you can write question, ellipses, and then mods can like save it or something for the end. Because I
Good
will only
idea.
be responding to Hugo as he asks me
Yeah.
questions, and then I will respond to questions at the end from chat. Unless it's
Very
something
good.
that
No, no,
is
very
really
good point.
necessary,
Mods do that, please. Whenever somebody has a question, just dump it in
if
our
possible.
Discord server thing, and afterwards you're gonna repaste it, and our friend is gonna answer the questions after the presentation finishes. That
Please, yeah.
sounds good. But yeah, back on the topic that we were covering. It's additionally
Yes.
fucking insane, especially when I see 1844, 1855, and in the context of
This wasn't
Romania,
that long ago.
that just literally just like yesterday, you're like, oh, we just got rid of imperialists and oppressors. The Ottomans are gone. Maybe we should understand that oppression and slavery is bad.
Yeah.
No, no, actually not. The
No.
Roma people, yeah,
It's
nah, we'll just do this to them now. Yeah,
one
that's
of
yeah.
the one of the things that like the Ottomans did was if you're Balkan, you know Küçük.
Oh, da, of course.
You, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
dance it. You're like, ah, I am like a gypsy. I'm dancing Küçük. Look at me. What is Küçük? So Küçük was actually started off as Ottomans, like pashas, like lords, people in power. They would take Roma boys, Roma slaves, and they would dress them up as women in
Yeah.
women's clothing and those like long skirts. You can still see it in Turkey, like Roma, like men in like long skirts, and they would make them perform küçük. They would make them dance, and they would of course also sexually abuse those young boys who they would force to dress as women. Um,
Jesus.
and that dance, of course, then like that's it. You grow up. You're no longer a child that can be molested, and then you're sent back to your family, or you manage to escape or something. But you still dance it,
Yeah.
and
And
then
people
that
see it and
dance
they're
has
like,
been
yeah, it's cool.
taught. Yeah, it's like it's been taught and like passed down generation to generation, and it's become a dance of empowerment for us. It's such a for like my specific part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not all Roma people dance Küçük.
Of course.
Flamenco is
Mm-hmm.
Roma. Um, there's other like dances that we have historically and practice in other parts of Europe, but Küçük in itself in the Balkans is such an empowering dance, and it's such a beautiful dance. And for us, it's a collective dance. Like I will dance Küçük with my granddad. It's not seen as sexual.
Of
It
course.
is only from the white man's lens that it is sexual.
Mm-hmm.
You put up a little child, you pick her up, it's somebody's wedding, you pick her up and you put her on the table, say, Dance, my daughter." And then she dances, and it's beautiful. She's just a
Mm-hmm.
little girl and she's dancing. You give her money, you give her sweets. And the same for boys. And in LB's stream, when I did this for her, for you, I'll be mostly focusing on like the history, not so much on the culture. But I showed like videos, and there's like little boys, and they're looking at the big boys, and the big boys are looking at the uncles, and they're
Mm-hmm.
copying the dances. It's cute.
Yeah, of
It's,
course.
it's
Of
how we
course.
pass our culture and our history,
Yeah, yeah.
not
Cal-
through books, through
Cult,
actions.
yeah, but that's where the racism comes into play. Most cultures and so on have their dances. Some come from trauma. Some come from just the personal expression, etc., etc.
Yes.
But when they do it, especially if they have lighter skin, then it's just enjoyment of culture. But whenever
Yes.
somebody from the quote unquote Orient, anything east basically of
Yes.
Berlin does it, then it's savagery, then it's an expression
Savage,
of
erotic,
lustful shaking or
yes,
whatever the fuck, like the
yes,
depiction of, I don't know, African
unbiblical.
native
It
dances
is,
all the way over to, certain styles that Arabs do, etc.,
yeah,
etc. It stops being an expression of culture and it's an expression of lack of culture. That's just, there you go,
exactly.
racism.
Exactly.
That's
Like
it.
it's always like it's fine if it's a white person, it's barbaric if
Yeah.
an ethnic person.
Literally, they both do the same thing. They do the same thing, but one
Yeah,
is cultured and, well, the classic. If I have $1 million in my bank account and I do coke, I'm just a base dude. But if I
yeah.
have minus $500 and I do coke, I'm a junkie. Like it's
Yes, of course.
yeah.
But yeah, we can move on to the next slide as well.
Yes, boss. There we go. Next slide.
Um, sorry, when you call me boss, that's funny to
Yep.
me because like
Yeah.
ignore me. Um, so forced assimilation. So remember earlier how I was saying that some Roma people chose to
Mm-hmm.
breed, quote unquote, with white people, and some were forced to. This is an instance where they were forced to. So you can see in Austro-Hungary back in ye olden days. I'm just gonna actually open this up for myself so I can read it because it's a little bit
Please do.
smaller on your screen than it is on mine. Um, in Austro-Hungary, during the reign of Maria Theresa and her son, there were rules, laws, and regulations to forcibly assimilate Roma people. Some of those rules were stuff like the Roma were no longer allowed to set up tents in the woods. Rather, they should be urged to farm the lands in towns in scarcely wooded areas, which would have forced people to settle, which meant that then they were better targets for, you know, being attacked because everybody knows where they are.
Yep.
Um, the Roma were not allowed to keep horses for the sole purpose of selling them, um, but only for work, and could not under any circumstances trade them. So if you were, let's say, your horse is dying, and you needed to buy a new horse from your neighbor, you can't do that shit.
Yeah.
And that would, like, even now, like a lot of Roma people and a lot of Irish travelers pride themselves on their horses
Yep.
because it has historically, I mean, think about if you're fucking fleeing every fucking month because you're getting pitchforked and fired
Yep.
in your settlement, how the fuck are you gonna escape as quickly as possible? It's a horse.
Yeah.
It's a horse. You love your horse. Your horse is your fucking lifeline. So you're breeding strong horses. You're breeding big horses, endurance horses, fast horses, horses that can work the land for when you do settle, horses that can live in all fucking seasons. Like these horses are fucking beasts.
Yeah.
Like that these people are raising.
And horses that you can
Um
breed to sell at some point as well, but
yeah,
during the
yeah.
assimilation process,
You
in
can even
every
you can
assimilation
even
process,
fucking
yeah,
sell a horse to a white person and make some money. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
And by enforcing this law, you're not allowed to trade. Fuck. Okay. Fuck buying. Fuck buying horse. Trading horses. You can't even like breed your horse and then trade with your neighbor or whoever it may be. That's again cutting their fucking hands off, saying you will not migrate. You will not have a means of a livelihood. You
yep,
will not make money. And this was intentionally done to keep us in poverty. 24 strokes with the cane were set as punishment for the use of gypsy language. So anybody heard speaking in Roma, in Romanes, was beat. The same punishment applied to those who ate carrions. I don't know what the fuck I I think it's something like veal, like hunted
mm-hmm,
meat or something. I can't remember.
mm-hmm,
Some bullshit.
yeah.
Um, the big one here, Roma were not allowed to marry
What the
each
fuck,
other.
man? Yeah,
Like you were it like to marry someone that is Roma is illegal. You can't marry someone from your own culture because that breeds more of you. So what do? You go and you get married to a nice white man who will abuse you because he's racist, because it's the fucking 1700s.
Yep.
And he doesn't see you as a woman, he sees you as a womb, and he sees you like something that needs to be purified and fixed. Um, the district that judges had to report monthly about Rama's way of life, which is just like, why? Like, who cares? Like, why do you
Yeah.
care so much? Like, it's such a misuse of money. Another stupid one is the number of Roma musicians was restricted, which is again, so historically, if you're looking at what can be done,
Mm-hmm.
you're migrating, you don't have a means of livelihood, you can't set up a farm. What are the best ways you can make money? You're gonna do music,
Yep.
you're gonna do prostitution, and you're gonna do fortune telling, which is where, like, aka practice your cultural religion. All of these things are things that were easy to do, like while you're on the move. I
Mm-hmm.
say easy to do, there was still like labor.
Of course.
But they were something that could be done on the way. Other things included stuff like making pots, being members of a circus, taming animals, like bear performers,
Yep.
stuff like that that are like associated with Roma people now. But it's because those were the only things we could do
Because of their
to
material
make,
conditions, exactly,
yes,
absolutely.
those were the material conditions that
Yeah.
we were dealt with.
And to an extent, you
Um,
became some of the most brilliant people in those particular fields many years on
yes, I
to
mean,
this day. Like,
to this day, like,
yep.
think about the Balkans, how significantly Roma music has
Absolutely, dude.
impacted.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't go to a discoteca without
yeah.
hearing Aziz.
Of course, of course.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah, and even Prius is like most like songs that we really proud ourselves on that are
the
like the
ballads,
biggest fucking party hits, etc., etc., were
all
originally a
Roma,
fucking Roma song, like where at least the beat
of course.
is, etc., etc. Fucking, eh,
And
I'm
it was
obsessed
like
with trumpet music and so on. That all
with
comes from Roma culture. Like it's
with even like Gaje, so like non-Roma, they would have us perform at their weddings. They would have us perform. Hi, Sakura. They would have us perform at, stuff for them,
yeah,
because we were and we are artisans
yep,
of our craft. Even now, there's people that are still exceptional metal workers. There's this guy that I follow. He's from uh the biggest ghetto in the biggest Roma ghetto in Europe is in Bulgaria, is in Plovdiv.
mm-hmm,
Stoliponovo it's called.
mm-hmm,
He's he's a theater guy, but in the day, like, his day job is practicing steel work. He's learned steel work from his father. Crafts like woodworking, bear taming, circusry, musicianship. All of this was stuff that we had to do to
yeah,
survive. And then stuff like sex work, prostitution, all of that was, again, a means of survival.
yep.
It was I don't have a home. I need to make money to feed my children. I have nothing I can do except give my body. I'm gonna go do it.
And then it
And
goes.
that's where
Yeah, go on.
the
Sorry.
gypsy seductress comes in. That's the
Yeah,
sexy, exotic brown lady coming to seduce. Which, ick.
of
And
course.
if there are, come to me instead. Leave,
Mhm.
forget a white man. Come to me. Come to me instead. Um, and stuff like the fortune teller. All of that comes again from, how am I gonna make money with the little stuff that I have in myself? Oh, I don't have anything, but I have my eyes and I can hold someone's hand and say, this means this
Yeah.
and this means that. Oh, if you buy me coffee, if you buy me tea, if you buy me food, I will read the crumbs and the bullshit that's left on the table, and I will tell, you know what, like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's again a means of survival.
Mm.
Um,
But it feeds back the loop of bigotry, right? Like you
exactly.
isolate a
Exactly.
particular group of people, you don't allow them means of sustenance that is allowed to the non-minority population. Then they find a different ways, alternative ways of sustaining themselves, and then you point at them and you're like, oh, look, they only do these alternative things. They can't
Yes,
exist in normal society. Like, it's just in loops and loops and loops and loops and
yes,
loops. And, you know,
exactly. And it's frustrating because people are like, well, I'm not being racist. They're just like that. Yes, but why are they like that? And it's the same reason why, yeah, people will say, like, Roma are criminals. Yes, some Roma are criminals. I will not deny that, ever. But it's because of poverty, it's because of material conditions.
yeah,
Luckily, we're all leftists here and we can understand that.
yeah.
But when you say it's the average person, they're like, no, they're just born evil.
Yeah, yeah, they think
No,
in
they're just,
category of
yeah.
ethnicity as if it's some sort of fucking magical spell. Oh, you come out of a JJ looking a particular way, and it predetermines 100% of what type of person you are. Like,
Your character,
subconsciously,
yeah.
most people believe that, and that's so fucked in the head. Like, because not only because it's like problematic, or because it's fucking stupid as shit. Like, that's not how human beings work. We are products of
Yeah.
our environment. We're not just like people. I feel like genuinely believe that there's elves and orcs and high elves and
Yes,
blood
they
elves,
do.
and
They
that's how
do.
they view everyone, pretty much.
Races, yeah.
Yeah.
With and the last one that I wanna, this will be relevant in current days as well, is Roma children from the age of 4 onwards to be distributed among neighboring towns at least every 2 years. So we're doing trafficking in the 1700s. We're doing abducting 4-year-old plus children, and we're like, okay, you don't stay with your parents. Fuck your parents. You need to go to different towns. You need to work. You need to be basically like treated as a slave. You need to be educated by a white, good Christian family, a nice Austro-Hungarian family. You cannot be Roma. You cannot be brought up in a Roma household.
Yeah.
This was happening in the 1700s. This is happening today. We will get into it in a lot of fucking detail. We will get into it. But it is something that is happening today. Sorry, I think my mom's messaging me.
No worries.
No, she's not. It's LB. Same thing. Same thing. Sorry. Um, so yes,
Yeah, you're
there's
saying.
definitely a lot of like stuff. Like the reason why I'm talking about the history is,
Mhm.
one, people don't know it, and two, it is impacting what has happened today, what is happening today. So yeah, that's why like this last one is so fucking important for me. But we can move on to the next slide
Yep.
now. Um, I don't like to read everything off every slide. You like it's on there for long enough if you want to read. If you're literate, read it. I won't stop you.
Of course.
Um, the big one. Let me take a sip of water. Fucking big, huge.
That's a chunky bottle.
It is.
Yeah, I
It is
use
chunky.
I just use this. I think it's for flowers, but I'm a big guy and I need a lot of water.
No,
So I
it's not.
just
It has a siphon,
the
not
yeah,
siphon.
but like I also have a siphon shit I use to pour. I honestly use this to pour water in my fucking flowers, and then they also
I
drink
use
out of it.
this to pour water in my plants. It's fine. We're resourceful. We're
Absolutely.
not. We're
As long as it's not a
we're
Stanley
we're
Cup, is what I'm saying. Okay.
anti-consumption.
I
We're
do not.
anti-consumption.
Yeah, I do not judge consumption patterns except if it's a Stanley Cup. Okay, then I cannot
No,
talk to
no,
you.
no.
Okay.
I've thought about it, but
No,
it's
what
not
the
for me.
fuck? No, please. Well,
No, because like I get it, but it's not for me. It's too big. It's inconvenient. Like it's heavy. Like have you picked one up? They're heavy as
yeah.
fuck.
Thankfully, I haven't seen one in real time because I surround myself with normal people. Yes. So no.
I used to, I quick side brief. I used to work in a department store where there were no normal people. So so,
I
so
have
my
as well.
parents.
I worked at a department store in fucking America. Okay, the type of shit we were selling is to
We,
this
I'm
day
sorry, but I
mind
live in the UK. We were serving royalty and that, so
oh
fuck
yeah,
off.
true, true,
Yeah,
true, true.
fuck
You
off. Real
wouldn't
bougie.
know. Okay, okay.
You wouldn't recognize the Queen's cousin if she came up to you and said,
Oh, dude, you
"Are
become
these
a
chips
different human
out the
being when you
pocket?
do the accent.
How they so cheap?
Oh,
Only a
so
thousand
good.
quid."
Oh Lord. Ah, that's
This
so
is the
good.
one privilege of living in the UK, is being able to pull that out.
Yeah, yeah.
My party trick. Okay, enough fun. We need to talk about the Holocaust.
Well, that was a
So
transition. Yeah.
it's great. Yeah, I'm a performer. Um, the Holocaust was bad. Very controversial statement to say in today's political climate, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Um, Roma people were seen as enemies of a race-based state, the same way that Jewish people were. So Jewish people and Roma people were persecuted on a race basis, not on, "Oh, you are a communist, or you are gay, or you are disabled basis. You are on your ethnic basis. Um, Hitler had ordered European allies to send their Jewish and Roma population. Most countries agreed to this, as we know, and they had people sent to Germany and Poland to concentration camps. There is around 5,000, no, 5,000, 500,000 Roma people were exterminated in camps like Auschwitz and Treblinka, and we we can't put an exact number on it, but it's estimated that there's up to 2 million lives taken through the whole process. Um, while like taking, people from wherever they lived and then sending them, on the trains. By the time they get there, if they're not complying to get on the trains, do you beat them? Do you kill them? Like what do you do? So it's hard to put a number on it because nobody cared to keep an exact record
Yeah. And
of
especially
of how many.
afterwards, when they were
Yes, yeah,
collecting records as well, they
you'd
didn't.
rather hide it.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're like fucking, I don't know, bumfuck. Well, Bulgaria didn't send Jewish or Roma people, or I think they only sent a few, like not as much. They didn't. But imagine like you sent your population, part of your population, to fucking concentration camp. You're not gonna want to admit to that when the truth comes to light. You're gonna be like, "Oh, we didn't know, we didn't do that. Thank God we didn't do that." Right, guys.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and also many other Roma victims were categorized as different things. So many Roma people were also categorized either as or miscategorized as like Jewish, or were categorized as other things like Soviet, or communist, or gay, or disabled, whatever it may be. A lot of them were not categorized as Roma. Now, where you see this little Josip thing, you can click on that, and I would like for us to listen to that. We can leave the slide on while we're listening to that. It will, so when you open it,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Press the sound
the
thing.
little mic, yes, the
Yep.
little speaker there.
Okay.
It will be in
Miss
English,
Lazareva.
or it should be.
With our area occupied by the Germans on April 24th, 1942, a penalty unit, death squad, entered our village at 5 a.m. Our kolkhoz was surrounded by the Germans, while officers entered the houses and herded everyone to the lake. A selection took place at the lake. Roma kept there, the Russians sent back home. The men were given shovels and forced to dig a pit not far from the village. In the meantime, the Germans questioned the women if there was anybody of mixed race. Some families began to beg and said that the mother, the father, or the husband were Russians. As it was finished, the Germans herded the Roma to the pit. Once there, they were forced to strip naked and the fair-skinned sent home. A total of 176 of every age, including children and the elderly, were then shot. The men filled in the pit, then they were shot. The children were thrown into the pit alive by the Germans. Everyone had to undress before being executed. The Germans took the best clothes for themselves and brought them to Smolensk.
So stuff like that
Take your
is
time.
part of the reason.
Mhm.
It's fine, I'm fine. But stuff like that is part of the reason that it's hard to know exactly how many died. Because who's to say that that letter that was published in, who's to say that those 150 people were counted?
Yeah.
Um, who's to say?
Even even
And
even at these numbers, it's, I believe, I might be wrong, but I remember specifically being taught that even in school, in history class, uh, adjusted to population size, like how many, uh, how big of a percentage of the whole world's population of a particular ethnicity was killed, the Roma were the most. If you get what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
I yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's even with the undercount. That's even with the undercount.
yeah.
Not
And
like it's a
it's
numbers game or whatever, but still,
and
it
it's
brings
and,
context.
and it's the frustrating thing about it is that, for example, in Bulgaria, we have a saying.
Hmm.
It's "Циганите на сапун,"
Hmm.
which for the non-Slavic people that translates to gypsies to soap. And it's something that again you hear. Like I remember hearing this as a child. I remember my mother telling me about the Holocaust and what they did to our people. Um, Gypsies to soap refers to the human experiments that were done on Roma people. And one of them is literally just creating and taking the lard, the fat
Yeah.
of Roma people to fucking make soap.
It's one of the most fucked up
Now,
sayings ever, like, period. Like,
the not
period.
yes,
Yeah.
and the irony, of course, is that the Roma were seen as unclean. They were seen as basically rats.
Oh, jeez, I
Uh,
didn't even think of that. What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the irony of using the dirty ones and creating such viciously disgusting experiments on them. And it's something that you go out in Bulgaria and you hear like some racist motherfucker. He will just say "Циганите на сапун," "Циганите на сапун." Like
Yeah.
that. I grew up hearing this. Um, Regardless. On the bottom, so on the picture that's there, we can see boys on their way to the camp. They don't know what's going on. They've been lied to. They're like, "You're going somewhere nice." A lot of the people that were forced to these camps, they were told, "You are going somewhere nice. You are going. We've built you guys new houses. We've built you guys, a settlement. You have a community. Go have fun there." Um, so that's that. And then you can see on the bottom, I've left two dates. So 15th of May is classed as a holiday for Roma people. It is due to an uprising that Roma people did in Auschwitz. They basically like one day they're like, "Yo, we need to do what we can." So shovels, wood, bricks, anything they could, and they beat the fucking Nazis. And they are pros, they did what they could. Um, and then the 2nd of August is Romani Holocaust Remembrance Day, and that was established in 2011. I want you to think what you were doing in 2011. Me personally, what was that? I had just moved to the UK a year ago, and I'm probably watching like One Direction videos on YouTube. That's what I was doing in 2011. What were you doing in 2011? Stop and think for a second. What was I doing in 2011? Fucking 14 years ago. Where were you 14 years ago? That's when, 14 fucking years ago, the Holocaust Remembrance Day was recognized for my people.
That's so absurd.
14 fucking years ago, we got recognition that we fucking died. We were fucking slaughtered worse than fucking animals. Animals just got shot in the head and left to rot. We didn't have that fucking privilege. But you can move on to the next slide. It was fucked up. Now I've added.
At least, yeah.
Hopefully that's not like TOS. I don't think it is because LB was able to show it. We can see in the image a Romani man being, forced to undergo an experiment, and it was a saltwater experiment where they were basically trying. Can humans drink salt water? What happens when humans have salt water? Who wants to know? We want to know. Look at these free test subjects. Free test subjects. And Himmler was the biggest fucking freak. There is no words to describe the freaky shit Himmler did. One of his favorite things to do, like he was obsessed with Roma boys and like Roma children. He was like enamored by them. Like I don't know like the words in English to describe how much he was obsessed with the Roma children. He would he would be driving in the camp and he would offer them candy. And the children would be like, "Oh my god, I'm starving. Candy? Yes, please." Offer them candy. Get their trust. Get them to go to him willingly. He would go there in his little fucking Volkswagen, go there in his fucking Nazi car with his little Hugo Boss, giving fashion, fascist, and give these children candy. They would come to him willingly, and he would betray their trust by freezing them, castrating them, injecting dyes into their eyes, murdering and dissecting them and their fucking twin brother. Freeze them, put chemical injections in them, sterilize them, castrate them, mutilate their genitals, amputate them. He would try to create twins. He loved trying to create conjoined twins.
Yeah.
And most of his test subjects were Roma boys. He loved them. He would literally have like Roma boys that he liked the way they sing, and he would like have them live with him and like sing for him. He was such a fucking monster. There's like I can't, and I don't even know most of it. I don't know when. I'm trying to get her on. One of my friends that I met at the European Roma Rights summer school. Oh, that was what I want to say earlier. I forgot. Anyway, she's a Holocaust expert. She's getting like a master's in Holocaust Roma studies, and I want to have her on at some point because she is the most educated person I know about the Holocaust. And again, this is literally surface level. Surface level. Like I want you guys to know this is like worse things happened. Much worse things happened. I have at the bottom also a picture of Anna Maria Setela Steinbach. Now I'm looking at a note here just because again, it's a lot of information. But she lived in like the Netherlands. She was Dutch, but I think she was originally from Germany. She was Sinti, which is like a Roma cousin group, like under the umbrella of Roma, basically. And her family lived in a Vardo, which is like a caravan, and in winter they would live in a house. So something that a lot of Roma people that do travel still do today. And she was deported. Her and her family were deported to Camp Eindhoven, and the image of her in there is like I think from a video that was taken. And people initially thought that she was like a little Jewish girl. But when she got to the camp, her head was shaved, and the reason why she's wearing that is not a scarf; it's a sheet, like a bed sheet that was like that she was able to cover her tiny little 14-year-old bald head with, because she was cold. Now long hair in Roma culture is incredibly important. The most communities, the longer your hair is, the more beautiful you are. Um, so
There's
the
another
act
aspect of humiliation. Yeah.
yes, the act for, of course, shaving any woman's head, shaving anybody's head without their consent is an act of humiliation.
Yep.
But when it has like significant cultural impact as well, like there's Roma women that I know that they had one haircut in their life when they were a baby. The
Yeah.
first haircut that we do,
Mhm.
where we shave off the entire head, and then that's it. They've not touched their hair since. I have like family members that when I shaved my head out of choice, I chose to shave my
Mhm.
head years ago. They were worried that people would think that they were punishing me.
Wow. Damn. Yeah.
They were like, my family was like, "Oh my God, everybody's gonna think you did something really bad and we punished you." And I was like, "No, that's not that's not why."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've kind of like grown my hair out now for partly for the sake of my family, but partly for myself because I enjoy having long hair.
Yeah.
My hair
Lovely.
is like almost 60 centimeters long now.
Impressive.
Thank you. Um, Baldies. Sorry, but it like having long hair is an important thing for a lot of women, but especially for Roma women,
Yep.
where it's literally measured like you are as beautiful as your hair is
As your
long.
hair is long. Yeah. I love
Yeah,
that.
if you have short hair, then you're ugly, and that's it's stupid. It's stupid when you think of it like that, but it matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we can move to the next slide now.
There we go. Western Europe post World War II.
Yes, so I did. I'm mostly going to be talking about Western Europe. I do have a link about Roma people in like Soviet like countries during communism.
Mm-hmm.
In like the links that I sent, but I didn't want to speak about it in too much detail
Okay.
now. But yeah, for Western Europe post World War II, many families were separated and sent into different camps, which I spelled wrong. So it was hard for people to find each other or even know which family members remained alive. And then after experiencing the Holocaust, a lot of them just wanted to return home, um, but they were like too afraid to get the train. It sounds so, silly, but imagine like the last time you took a train journey, it took you to literal Auschwitz.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of them were
You
like,
can't get
okay,
over
we
that
gotta,
trauma and you don't. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like,
Get it.
fuck, I guess we gotta walk to, I don't know, we gotta walk to Italy. We're in Germany, we gotta walk to Italy. There's no choice.
Yep.
Um, so a lot of them were kind of just left like, okay, I need to get home. How am I gonna get home? Fuck it, we'll walk. We'll find a way. We'll manage. You get home, your citizenship's refused.
Huh.
Your citizenship's questioned.
Wow. Wow.
You don't have your documents, if you ever had documents to begin with.
Yeah.
Also, you're brown. Also, who do you think you are? Also, we're still racist, so we don't want you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So figure it out. Um, you can see then I have like a quote. So Lily Franz had escaped from a death march and made her way to a refugee clearing and found that the only way out of a tight spot was to play other people's notions of sympathy for gypsies by offering to sing and dance.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So imagine like, okay, you've just survived the literal Holocaust. You're walking to your home country, and as a way to like get some money to travel or get something to eat or do something, now you have to put on a big smile and sing and dance like a fucking show monkey.
Yeah. A completely abandoned victim, a forgotten victim, a victim that
Yeah,
whose victimhood we didn't even officiate until 2011, as you showed in a few slides before.
yeah.
It's a planetary disgrace, full-heartedly.
The humanity, like, think about this. Like, people's notions of sympathy wasn't, like, oh man, these people just survived the Holocaust. It was like, oh my God, look, she's so cute, she's singing and dancing. Let's
Yeah.
toss her some bread or something, I don't know. it's a complete and total
The
lack of
inability
humanity.
to see the humanity in the other.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you saw a dog limping and crying and its ribs protruding because it's starving, you would toss it some fucking bread.
Yeah.
But if you saw a Roma person under the same circumstance, you would walk past. And that's not just then, that is now as well,
Yep. 100%.
especially in the Balkans.
Yeah.
But we can move on to the next slide. The next slide is just a continuation of post World War II. So France kept Roma in camps until June 46, which is after the war finished. So they just still kept them in camps. They were like, we don't know where to put them. Just keep them here, I guess. They were also forced to participate in war and fight alongside Gajeh. So the same way like countries from the Commonwealth, like India and like South Africa, fought in World War II for the side of the British, Roma people, whatever country they were in, they had to fight for the country they were in. Which is crazy because the country that you're in doesn't want you. The country that you're in, I mean, it's the same now. They want the poor gone, you know. Why don't presidents fight the war? Why do they only send the poor, you know? But in this case, we're also sending Roma.
Yeah.
So despite what you did for your country that doesn't even recognize your humanity, you're still not even seen as a citizen. You're still not even seen as a human. And let's say you did make it. You walked to your country. You had the right documents. You came back in. You get home. You're like, oh my God, one more mile, home stretch. Let's get it. Let's go. You see
And
your house in the distance. You go home, somebody else lives there. It's a white person. Or you see your horizon, you're like, my house used to be here. It's rubble. It's gone. It's nothing. It's destroyed. So imagine like surviving literally the Holocaust, the journey back, and everything. And then you get to your house and it's not yours, or it's not there, and you can't have it. It at every single step, if you pass through, congratulations, go, keep going, keep going, keep going. At every step, sand in your eyes, spit on your face, shit on your head.
there's no ending.
At every
Yeah.
single step.
It
At
just,
every single step.
yeah, it's just the amount of shit that changes, but there's always shit.
Yes. Romani German survivors struggled to gain justice. The legal cases they brought against race scientists and medical experts who had condemned them to sterilization, internment, and murder resulted in no convictions. The same experts were called to testify that gypsies were inherently untrustworthy witnesses.
Jesus
So,
Christ! Oh my
yeah,
God! Yeah, look,
imagine like Himmler's best friend, right hand side, that like tortured your child, and you're in court. You're like, this guy tortured my son, and he's like, yeah, but you gypsies are just like untrustworthy.
talk,
And the court's like, yeah,
yeah.
you guys are, I guess.
And
Fuck it.
uh, the
We're gonna
process of
trust the guys who did race
denazification
science.
never happened, as they say.
Never,
Yeah.
ever, ever. And it's, when people are like, Germany denazified really well, did it? Because the same people that were the Nazis were also the witnesses.
Yeah. God.
Um,
And to completely miss the whole point of what we're supposed to learn from the evil of the Nazi regime and Nazi ideology and fascistic ideologies in general, which is, maybe the number one, do not classify people as de facto inferior due to their ethnic or cultural or religious belonging. And then literally like a month or something, probably this happened like that after World War II ends. You have people of a particular ethnicity in front of you,
Yeah.
and you're like, nah, I'm not going to trust you because your people are not trustworthy. Like, literally learning nothing. You just got people out of a concentration camp yesterday because somebody wanted to mass exterminate them because they were different. And like you saw that either on the TV screen or by literally marching through it, and afterwards you're just continuing to basically low key do the same thing to other
Yeah.
people while claiming you learned something. Uh, yeah, that's the normal. That's why particularly Roma discrimination is so unhinged to me, because it's not. It's like it's not questioned.
Yeah, it's no one's ever stopped to think like, maybe we should just like not be, or why are we racist? Why
yeah.
are we racist
No,
against these
but they're
people?
not
Why?
racist. That's the thing. They don't think
Yeah,
they are.
we're
You
not.
will
We're just saying it how it is.
Yeah, yeah. You will have
It's the
somebody
mentality
like
thing.
being the proudest, like I don't know, fighter against anti-Semitism, fighter against anti-black racism and so on. All
Yeah,
great things to be, but then you mention Roma, and they immediately are like, "Oh, that's a different
and then
species,
it's
bro."
like it's literally Hitler.
Yeah, the meme. Yeah, but I don't like
Yeah,
it's so common. It is so
yeah.
common.
Um, we can see in the other quote that I have is in spite again the irony is in spite all of the suffering they endured, most of them have not changed for the better. They're work shy, thieving, etc. So it's such an unrealistic expectation to have of someone like what was done to give Roma people a fighting chance after the Holocaust. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
nothing was put in place to offer help, nothing was put in place to offer justice. Like I said, it was in 2011 that it was even recognized
Yeah.
as the Holocaust.
Because they didn't belong to anyone, so nobody had to
Yeah,
waste money on them,
no,
etc.,
yeah,
etc.,
nobody had to
etc.
waste money on it,
Yeah.
nobody had to waste resources. So when these people they come again, they somehow manage to miraculously come back
Hmm.
from this, survive this, overcome this, and then they don't have any resources, they're gonna be fucking thieving. I'm sorry, I have
Of
nothing.
course. Of
My
course.
house is gone, my family's gone. If I want to eat, I have no choice but to steal some food. And then it becomes a way of life.
Yep.
It becomes a way of survival.
Yep.
If it's the only thing you've ever learned how to do, it's the only thing you know how to do.
Absolutely. Systems.
Exactly. But yeah, we can move on. And
Yeah.
remember, like all of this has impacted the Roma population of modern times. Ooh, perfect segue. Ooh, hold on, let me glaze myself 1 second. Ooh, well
Ho,
done, Doof.
ho, 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 ho.
Oh, um, you know, all of everything that we've talked about in terms of the history, which again, I haven't managed to, this is like the slavery and the Holocaust and the forced assimilation, they're like the big three at the moment that I could think of. And the things that I could find sources for. Because I have a book when I went to like the activism like training thing that I went. Um, like we were talking to Roma people from different parts of Europe.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, we were like, oh, there was in Greece in the 70s, Roma people had to carry a special ID in the 70s. But then when I tried to find sources for that, I struggled. But it happened because
Yeah.
you could go ask a Roma person in Greece. They were like, oh, yeah, we had one of those.
Yeah.
But it's just, I only wanted to include things that I had sources for
Yeah.
in this. I didn't want to include too many
It
testimonies.
makes it so difficult. It makes it so fucking
Yes,
difficult.
because yeah, like I said, we don't have a fucking history book.
Yeah. And to an
We don't
extent,
sit
like
down to
nobody's
write stuff.
gonna like. Excuse me if I'm too direct, but like nobody's gonna do it for
Care
you
to write
guys
down what
except
they
if you don't
yeah,
do it. Like at this point, because again,
yeah,
because of bigotry, because
we've
your
started
history
to.
is irrelevant, because to them
Mm,
you're irrelevant. So
yeah,
you gotta write it down yourself. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
it is.
Which
That's
you're
why we've
doing,
started.
literally what you're doing right now by educating 300 people, and also the activism you're doing in the group you're in, and what the entire group is trying to do. So
Yeah.
hats off, or mask off in my case. Yeah. Mm.
Keep no. Keep that on. Keep that on. Um um but there was another thing. Oh, actually, one of the things that I forgot to mention in the Holocaust when I was talking about it. There was a lady, I keep forgetting her name, but she learned the Roma language and
Hmm.
she would go and convince people that she's one of us. And because again, we all look so different from each other. Like if you see like someone that is like white and fucking German,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't think, oh, not Roma. You'd just be like, oh, you speak the language, hence you are Roma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why like we like protect our language so much because we don't want to mistake someone who is Roma
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
someone who
Mm-hmm.
isn't, and vice versa. It's again a means of survival, a means of protection. Um, but yes, current affairs. So everything on this list that I will go through is also sourced in the links.
Okay.
So if you want to do further reading, I strongly encourage you. I strongly encourage you to go on the websites that these videos and articles are from, especially the European Roma Rights Center.
Mm-hmm.
That's who, like, I did the training with. They literally do stuff to make sure we get human rights. Full stop. They also are incredible journalists. They're, people like Judith, people like Jonathan Lee, um, incredible journalists. The first thing, I didn't want to add images here because I just want to talk about it.
Yep.
You can, if you want, you can like put me full screen
Mm-hmm.
if you want, or like me and you full screen, because
Uh,
there's nothing much on this slide.
we'll keep it like this. We'll continue, please. Yeah.
But the first thing that I want to talk about is the forced sterilization in Czechia. I call it Czechia. I don't know if the correct thing to say is Czech Republic or Republic of I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's Czechs. They
Yeah,
don't
what
care.
what Czech? As long as I don't have the Slovakia at the end, or maybe I should. I don't know. Are we doing unification yet? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
um, the forced sterilization that took place in the night. So this is an instance of a woman that happened in 1981. She was sterilized after having her sixth child. Now, when she went to have the procedure, she basically just went on like a checkup. She went on like a health checkup. She was like, "Oh, like I'm pregnant. I need to like see what's going on with my child." And the doctors and nurses and the healthcare staff were like, "Okay, well, this is your sixth child.
Mm-hmm.
Can you afford it? Can you, are you sure you can have a sixth child? Are you, capable of having another child? Can you feed another mouth?" And the lady was convinced. She was like, "Yeah, you know what? I can't have my sixth child." She agreed to do an abortion. Again, these healthcare staff are pressuring her to have an abortion,
Yeah.
and she
Insane.
agrees to have an abortion.
Yeah.
While they conduct the abortion, they sterilize her. They
Jesus
tie
Christ.
her fallopian tubes.
What the fuck?
She is under the impression that she's received an abortion and that she's had birth control inserted.
Yeah.
That is what she was told happened. Years go by. She realizes she has been forcibly sterilized.
Insane.
Now, this is a direct reflection of Roma women during the Holocaust, which were forcibly sterilized, which were castrated. The methods that were experimented on Roma women during the Holocaust are still implemented to this day to forcibly sterilize them. Because they don't want, as my friend would say, little gyplings causing chaos.
Yeah.
They don't want us to exist. So they stop us from reproducing. In a 2024 survey, 16% of Roma people in the European Union who went to receive healthcare services reported discrimination. Now, this on the link, anytime I'm bringing up a statistic, except one time, which I will let you know, I am bringing up from the first link at the very bottom of the link tree that I've mashallah, sister, you go. Sorry.
What?
Mashallah, like you drank that so is halal, like you were like, oh,
Oh yeah.
let me
Yeah.
cover up.
Very trained. I'm very trained.
Very, very well.
But yes, all sources are in the link. No worries. Chat completely gets it, and They know that I properly sourced
Yeah,
you, so everything you say is
yeah.
100% truth.
I think we need a new link list. It's pinned in mine. Or is it? It's pinned in by that pandas.
Yep,
I think,
should be. Yeah, it is pinned. It is pinned.
but maybe it's because it's an admin link. I don't know. I'll figure it out in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
But I will send it. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see this. Okay, that's good. The very first link at the bottom is
Yep.
any statistic that I bring up. So 16% of Roma in the EU who went to receive healthcare felt discriminated against from staff. Now, this is a reason why a lot of Roma people do not go to receive healthcare because of the discrimination they face. I personally have met people that have been discriminated against in the healthcare system in Bulgaria. I have friends who, even in the UK, did not receive adequate healthcare based on their ethnicity. I know people who have gone to receive help and healthcare and have not been met with the necessary procedures, the necessary medication, the necessary anything. Just completely, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, and ignoring the pain that we go through. There's many instances that I haven't been able to link everything. A lot of this, I'm just saying what I can. But there
Yeah.
was even an instance of a Roma Romanian woman giving birth on the side of the road,
Jeez.
like literally just on the side of the road because the hospital refused to admit her.
Yeah.
And this was a couple of years ago. And stuff like this is daily. Even in Bulgaria recently, there was a case of a woman who died during or after childbirth, and the hospital refused to investigate it until the family like basically called the news and were like, "Our daughter's dead,"
Yeah.
and they refused to tell us why.
Because they were hoping nobody's gonna care about a Roma
Yeah, they were
woman and a
hoping
kid.
it was
Yeah.
just gonna get swept under the rug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns out, she didn't receive like again. She was just being ignored. She'd be like, "I'm in pain, nurse, doctor, whatever, whoever. I'm in pain. Pay attention to me, please help." I would be like, you're fine." Just medical negligence,
Yeah.
just straight up medical negligence. The next thing is police brutality in Serbia. So I did want to talk about countries that are in the EU, countries that aren't in the EU. You'll notice, obviously, most of these are Balkanic and Eastern European countries, because I know this is the audience that I'm speaking to today, and Americans as well. Sorry. So police brutality in Serbia. This is a case of a guy called Dragan Visic. He's 25 years old and a basketball player, and he was assaulted for unpaid parking ticket. So basically he had an unpaid parking ticket and the police like came with a warrant and he was like, "Oh, I can pay it now," which apparently I don't know because I'm not Serbian. Apparently you can just pay it like to the police.
Yeah, I
Correct me
think
if I'm
so.
wrong.
Yeah. I think you both cash and they have like a card system thingy
Yeah.
where you tap your
But
phone. I think.
yeah,
But yeah.
but I think it's an option. Whatever the case is, the guy was like, "Oh, I'll pay. It's fine. I didn't know. I didn't realize. Whatever."
Yeah.
And
Fucking
he
parking
was
ticket. Yeah.
complying with the police. They still handcuffed him and they assaulted him so severely that they broke his arm.
The fuck.
Yeah, again, like he was completely complying, he was offering to pay, he was not violent. They they still assaulted him to the point where they broke his arm. And he's a bit, Serbians, they're
Yeah.
big boys.
Yep.
They're not, they're huge. You need to like beat a Serbian really hard to get them to fucking break an arm, especially if it's a basketball player. Imagine a Serbian basketball player in your mind right now.
Yep.
Yeah, you need
Do I
force.
need to stand up?
to do that.
I'm kidding. But no,
Oh, do I?
they
No.
just felt like fucking beating the living shit out of a person,
Yeah, they were
and
just like,
it
"Oh,
definitely
gypsy."
helped that he happened to be Roma, and they just went
Yeah,
at it, pig shit, but on steroids when it's a
yeah.
minority.
Um, in so I have two statistics here. In 2016, 37% of Roma in the European Union, which again I know Serbia isn't part of, trust the police. In 2024, 49% of Roma people trust the police, which is crazy that it's been an increase because the police hasn't been much better. It's still violent.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm trying to make with this is that Roma people are wanting to go and trust the police. Roma people are wanting to go and report crime. Roma people are wanting to, speak to someone if
Yeah,
they
but
need
no,
help.
they just operate as fucking checkpoints
Yes.
very often,
Yeah.
especially in so-called ghettoized areas and so on. Like
Like
Roma
Gestapo.
neighborhoods I've seen throughout many different Balkan countries. It's you really
Yeah.
know you're
They,
entering it because there's like 20 fucking
police,
cops
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
vans and
They
everything
it's
right at the
literally
entrance.
like
And they'll even
it's
stop you if you look like me, and they'll be like, "Dude, are you fucking? Where the fuck are you going?"
yeah, like what do you think you're doing there?
And
They're
I'm
gonna
like, "I'm
eat you
going
alive.
to have a
They're
beer
not.
with a guy. The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk about Stanislav Tomasz,
Mhm.
who was a young man who in June 2021, I want you to think about this date very, very, remember this date, 2021,
Mhm.
June 2021, police had him pinned down and knelt on his neck. Um, that's it. They knelt on his neck. He died. He was killed. This was after George Floyd. Sorry. This was after George Floyd. Um, and it sparked mass protests. It sparked huge activity in Czech. Yeah, in Czechia. It was awful. So many people were completely distraught because this again, think about it. You saw this
Yeah.
a few months ago or a year ago. I can't remember exactly when
Yeah.
like you saw this happen in America.
Yeah.
You
Everyone
saw
used
this thing happen.
yeah, yeah. Saw the
Yeah,
reaction to it, and then you
yeah.
see it at
It
home
was
as well, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
to see it happen at home, to see it happen again. Like there is such a mirror reflection between Roma people and African American people in their respective continents
Yep.
that it's terrifying to see like how the same oppression that one goes through in the US is the same oppression that one goes through in Europe. Um, but yeah, he died. The police claimed it was because he was on drugs. Um,
Another
and
identical thing with George Floyd.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the police were like, "Oh, he was on drugs, so that's why it happened, not because we knelt on his
Even
neck."
if he was, you fucking broke, like fucking suffocated. The fuck?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, even if he was on
Yeah.
drugs, even if he was
What
on
kind of
drugs,
excuse is
even
that?
if he was a criminal, even if
Dude,
everything, you are not judge, jury, and executioner.
yeah, yeah.
You're
This
not.
doesn't
You're a
warrant
pig.
saying. We don't need to. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is. It's absurd that
Uh,
we even need to say this. It's
when the three reasons also there was negligence on part
Mhm.
of the police after their brutality as well, so they took too long to call paramedics and an ambulance. They did not inform them that he was intoxicated. Like they did not tell him he was on alcohol or on drugs. They didn't tell them that, so that would have interfered with the medical attention that he received. And also they refused to uncuff him or tell them that he was not showing signs of life. So when the ambulance gets there, they don't tell him he's drunk, he's not showing signs of life. We crushed his neck. They just let the ambulance people figure it all out without
Mm.
actually telling them what just happened. Um, and they did not obviously make any attempts at resuscitating him. They just left him there until the ambulance gets there. Another thing I want to talk about is school segregation in Moldova. So this is a case of refugees from Ukraine, Roma refugees from Ukraine, where the mother had provided the necessary documents proving their right to protection, proving their right to education, basically like as asylum seekers. Like
Yep,
she had
yep, yep.
everything. And the school still refused to admit the children. Um, they just refused to admit them on the basis that they were Roma. The council investigated, and the council agreed that the school was just racist and did not want to admit Roma children. School segregation. is one of the leading causes for Roma children to enter into the criminal pipeline.
Yep.
So if we know, again, we're leftists, we know this. If you don't have access to the bare necessities at home, if you don't have the necessities met at school, if you don't have an education, you literally have nothing, you're gonna most likely resort to a life of crime. The system is built in and designed in a way that Roma children go to separate schools. Roma children go to special
Yeah.
schools, specifically designed for, people with maybe learning or mobile needs.
Yeah.
But instead of that happening, they're sending Roma people because they view them as intellectually inferior children,
Yep.
and then they don't get the resources they need there. They purposely go to underfunded schools. They're purposely sent there to not get in the way of the white children's education,
Yeah.
of the Gajet children education. It's happened
It's
to,
literally that. Yeah.
yeah, we had, like where I'm from in Bulgaria, we had a school like that. I remember when it closed.
Crazy.
It was called the fourth school, fourth academy, whatever.
And it was what?
And I remember
Roma
when it
people,
closed.
like almost
Yes,
exclusively. Yeah.
yes, almost exclusive. It was like 80 or 90% Roma children, and like the occasional like white child with a mental or physical disability
Yeah.
or additional need, I should say. 32% of Roma people have graduated secondary school. 46% of students aged 6 to 15 attend a segregated school, meaning one school for this group of people, one school for another group of people. I am part of the 1% of Roma that have a university education.
Crazy. 1%.
There is about 12 million of us in Europe. Only 1% of us have a university degree. I am the only person from all of my cousins, there's about 1 million of us,
Yeah.
that has a university education. I am one of two to graduate high school.
I'm silent
My
because I have nothing to
grandparents,
add.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's, I have other relatives that have not graduated even middle school.
Shows how
They
impressive
basically,
you are, though. To
thank you, but it also shows the resources that I had that other Roma children do not.
yeah.
I, by the grace of God, by the grace of my parents, they got me out. They brought me to the UK.
Yep.
They pushed me to study. Because a lot of Roma, and this is again, I'm showing a little bit of the bad stuff in my community, but a lot of Roma community, because it's all they know, they're like, okay, my daughter, she has to get married, she has to have children, forget school, just do what you need to do so the government doesn't get involved, and then go find yourself a nice husband.
Yeah.
My family's not like that. My family's like, you need an education. You need an education, you need options. Don't rely on anyone, rely on yourself. And that's a huge privilege. That in and of itself, like the fact that my family wanted me to study, is something that, I'll be really honest, most Roma women, most Roma girls my age do not have. I know girls in my hometown that wanted to study. They were wanting to move to Sofia. They wanted to move to the capital. Or like, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. I'm graduating high school. I'm gonna go to university. And their family were like, no,
Yep.
you're not leaving. You're getting married, or you're staying at home. You're working, but you're not leaving to go to a city to become rotten, aka sexually active, or to leave your culture or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You have to abide by this.
Poverty and discrimination feeding into reactionary sentiment, even
Yes,
amongst the
yes,
particular
of course.
minority, which
Because
then,
the
yeah,
perspective of the parents isn't, I don't want the best for my child. The
of course,
perspective
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah,
parents is, I want the best for my child, which is the life we have. Look at our life. We have food, we have a shelter, we have water. I want that for my daughter. She needs to marry a man who can provide that for her.
yeah.
That's because in their mind, that's the best option because they know where they came from
Yep,
and
yep,
they
yep,
know where
yep.
their parents came from. And, every generation wants the best for the next one,
So it takes a
etc.,
very long
etc.
time, yeah, to get out
Yeah,
of the initial spring that pushed people into, for example, a very defensive, let's say, approach to parenting.
way of life. Yes.
So yeah, so it's, yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
time is necessary, and there's
So
nothing else really.
yeah, but it's that like education is the biggest, most important thing that that obviously I'm doing right now, but
Yep.
it's also something that you guys at home can do. You can educate yourself about Roma people. You can educate your family members about Roma people. You can speak to Roma people.
Yep.
You can offer, jobs and camaraderie and friendship to Roma people. And that in and of itself is just gonna make society better, full stop. Um, when you see like injustices, like if you're like walking and maybe you think like in my neighborhood there is a school that's only like 90% Roma students. Why is that? Ask your council like why, what can we do? Like can we not like integrate it? Can we not have an integrated school in 2025? Can we not have race mixing?
I can't
You
even
know, it's
imagine what the reply would be. Probably
yeah.
something
No,
you
of,
don't
of
even want to
course.
hear, of course, some straight demonic shit. I like now it's gonna sound like I'm borderline inventing it, but I had some particular problems with my neck when I was younger, and there was in the small town where I grew up, there was only one guy that. Was basically a very good physical therapist that really helped
Hmm.
that like strain that I had since birth. It was not a disability, but it was just a problem that I had.
Yeah.
And with physiotherapy, you can literally get rid of it. And he was the guy that worked at what we define as special schools here,
Hmm.
usually what is intended for, kids with severe disabilities and so on, usually mental, in order to help them, build up a decent life for themselves and go through the
Yeah.
education system. Da, da, da. I remember like constantly going to that school in order to get this fixed and literally noticing exactly everything that you've just talked about, like kids with unfortunately visible disabilities and so on. But that was like maybe 20-30% of the school, and everything else
Yeah.
was
Everyone else
perfectly
is on it.
healthy, completely chill Roma
Yeah.
kids. And I was like, what the fuck? This is so
And oh,
fucking
like,
strange.
and they're not getting the adequate education that they need. The
Of
curriculum
course,
is
yeah,
meant for
yeah,
the people with the disabilities.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
not,
It's insane.
and then you can't be pushed. You can't push yourself further. Like if you can, let's say, okay, you've just done all the curriculum for every year. You're a prodigy.
Yeah.
What do you do now? You're burnt out. You have no other option. You have to stay. And then you get like, oh well, I'm not challenged. I'm bored of this. I don't care. I'm just not gonna go to school.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Even if you graduate with top marks, like with that school, you can't have access to
To a
probably
job, yeah,
even
because then
to
everyone, because on
even to a
paper
high
you went
school.
to
I don't
school.
think you can have
Yeah,
access to. If we're talking
yeah,
primary school level, I don't think you can get into a quote unquote normal. You know
yeah,
what I mean? High school
yeah,
with that diploma. It's
yeah.
literally
'Cause on
segregation, just fucking
yeah,
with a caveat, because they don't call them brown schools or Roma schools. They just
yeah.
send them with the disabled kids. Yeah.
Um, another another thing that's also on here is forced evictions in Greece. So now this is from the source of this is the Commissioner for Human Rights. So this is the big leagues,
Mm-hmm.
very big leagues. And he visited a settlement, Tsairia, I think it's pronounced,
Mm-hmm.
in Greece in 2025. So this was this year. He visited the settlement and he saw that families lived in shacks without access to water, electricity, and waste collection. Around 3,000 people lived there. And they don't have, again, access to the most basic things for a community to have:
Yeah,
water,
yeah, yeah.
electricity,
Literally
sanitization.
human rights. Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, literally, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Commissioner of
yeah,
Human
yeah,
Rights investigating the human rights.
yeah, yeah. And he was like, "There was none.
Yeah, he went there. He was like, "Where are the human
Where are the
rights?
human rights?
Where are
I
they?
was sent here to investigate human rights, yet there are no human
I've
rights.
been I've been sent to see them, yet I can't find them."
Where are you hiding your
Um,
human rights? Is it under
show
the
me your human
shack?
rights right now.
Uh, Literally the emote with Pepe going like left and right with question
Yeah,
mark in the middle. Human rights where?
literally.
Uh,
Your
uh,
chat's putting it now.
mm,
Um, there is also in that settlement there was no adequate public transport, of course, and there was no sufficient fund to relocate the people. So basically, the government was wanting to get rid of this camp, was wanting to get rid of this area. My camera's like really way up high. There you go. Was wanting to get rid of these people's homes, and they didn't actually relocate them anywhere.
mhm.
They didn't have adequate plans to relocate them anywhere. They didn't have adequate finances to relocate them anywhere. They just and the theory is so I spoke to a lawyer who worked on this case when I was at the training camp. So there's a lot I can and can't say
Mhm.
right now, but there is an observation and a theory, let's say, that potentially the Greek government wants to create a tech park where the settlement is
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. It's
That's a
free land
theory.
for in their perspective. They can make it. This is
Yeah,
this case that you're mentioning in Greece has happened like 100
a
times
million times. Literally, yeah,
all over
everywhere,
Europe. Yeah, you just get
everywhere.
bulldozers. You get a private company. You in order to make sure that
Така, тука,
you
тука,
clean
Ендіра,
your
капут,
hands.
капут, капут.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Um,
Эндрю, нижнее
but
подчеркивание,
there
член,
were like
нижнее
multiple
подчеркивание,
raids
пункт
happened on this
раздела.
community as well. So there was even there was multiple people that got killed. But one of the instances that I wanted to talk about was during a raid in 2024, uh, which the raids, by the way, included strip searching, which is again a violation because why are you strip searching people in their own homes for not for
Okay,
living?
to prove your point
But there was
afterwards.
a
Yeah.
boy called Nikos who was 18 years old and was shot with 45 bullets during a raid in 2021.
What the fuck?
Uh, 45 bullets for an 18-year-old just living in his house.
Yep.
It's insane. There's nothing else to say. It's insane.
Yep.
Trafficked children in Bosnia. That's what happened.
Says everything. Yeah.
Says
Yeah.
everything. Yes. So remember how earlier I was talking about the Austro-Hungarian, you know, children after the age of 4 need to be relocated. Um, hold on, I have a little thing here. Oh my God, I can't find it. Forgive me.
No worries. No.
Ah, there it is. I found it. Um, Roma, these children, there was, I think it was about 30 children, uh, either 30 or 31, something like that. These children ranged from babies, like bebek gugaga,
Mm-hmm.
up until the age of 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they were from different countries. Some were from like Czech, some were Bosnian, and they were all Roma. And 8 people were arrested, and we don't know if there were more children, where these children were going, what was going to happen to these children, what these children went through. But there is images of them just living basically like in a living room, like downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even open the article if you want, like if you want to show that. It's all TOS friendly.
Yep.
Um, but you can
Serious is just for love.
you can literally like see them, like there's like baby cots, like these children, they're clearly like not dressed adequately, like these clothes don't fit them. You can see there's like wooden bars on the window, like they're clearly supposed to look like decoration, but they actually hide what goes on inside. And you can see there's like supplies in this living room as well, like there's like bed sheets and pillows on the couch. These children did not have like adequate bedding,
Yeah,
like
they're all
there's
stuffed
multiple.
inside. Yeah, 30 of them,
Yeah,
30 plus.
I don't. They kept like dogs, like in a pen. Like it's bizarre, and we don't know what the fuck they were doing. Why did they have these children? They were just trafficking children.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Selling them
and
to, yeah, who can
whoever,
imagine
whatever,
for what?
don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Best case
the
scenario,
worst.
it's to for adoption, but the worst case
Yeah,
scenario, we shouldn't even talk about. Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to even think about what it's vile. 40% of Roma children between the ages of, I think, 6 and 17 live in material deprivation. So 40% of those 12 million people, you know,
Yeah.
the children, live in material deprivation, that they do not have access to basic necessities for survival, or all their basic necessities. And because of stuff like that, and because of like poverty, the state always takes children. Most of I have it somewhere. 65% of children in state school. I can't remember where the statistic is from. I think it's in Romania, but 65% of uh, children in state services like orphanages and stuff are Roma, because Roma children are systemically taken out of their family homes
Yep.
so that they don't grow up with their own culture, they don't grow up with their own parents, they don't grow up with their own community, and they're forced to assimilate exactly in the same way that they did during Austro-Hungarian times. Again, these are tried and true methods that just work for oppressing Roma people,
Yep. And continue to be
and they
implemented
just continue to
formally or
happen.
informally. Yeah. But the
Yeah.
result is still the same.
Yes.
And then the result feeds into the stereotype, and then the stereotype feeds
Yeah.
into the policies, and it's, yeah.
It's evil.
Yep.
Now the next one, you can even play the video where it says video, you can click on that. Roma children kidnapped by police in Leeds, the UK.
Yep.
You can see it black on white happening. You can put the audio on if you want as well. If you want. I will explain this case. This is a very close case to me because I live in the UK.
Yep.
You remember this? Yeah, I remember this happening. So what happened? Why is this 10-year-old boy being kidnapped by the police? The family that he's from, it's quite a large family. They have many brothers and sisters, and there's also a baby. And one day when the children are playing with the baby, they drop it or hurt it or injure it, and they're too scared to tell their parents, so they don't say anything. Now, a day or two goes by, the parents notice that the baby's injured. So the parents, as responsible adults, they're like, oh my God, we need to take the baby to the hospital. Our baby's hurt. We don't know what happened. The family gets to the hospital with their baby, and the police is called. Not Child Protective Services, not an investigation as to what's going on into the
Yeah.
home,
Fuck.
the straight up police. So there's protocol that has been missed, there's protocol that has not been listened to, there's protocol that has not been followed.
Yeah.
Just directly escalation to the police, which resulted in, instead of, if it was a social worker, they would have gone, investigated, found out that the problem was just an accident, like children playing. They'd be like, okay, we need to put some maybe cushions around. You need to talk to your children about how to play to the baby.
Yeah.
We'll talk to your children, blah, blah, blah. But instead, when the police got involved, they just took the children by force and sent them to relatives and sent them to the state. The children did not want to go, obviously, because they're just being taken, picked up, and put in the back of a police van like criminals.
Yep.
When they did nothing, and it's public.
Yeah.
The entire street was out watching this happen. You imagine you're a kid and you play with your baby, your sister, your brother, whatever, and you have an accident, and you're like, ooh, if I tell my parents, they're gonna beat me, or I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna get my Xbox taken off or whatever. I'm a child. This is my logic. Because I'm like 10 years old. and then the police drag you out, you're gonna be fucking traumatized. And you look around while you're being ripped away from your home. You're like holding on to the fucking door, and you look outside and it's your fucking neighbors watching. It's so traumatic. If it were, and even let's say these children were being abused at home by their parents, if a social worker had gone there, if the proper protocol was followed, it would have been more humane. Those children would have been humiliated. Those children would have been less traumatized.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A complete fuck up.
And
Complete fuck up.
this, because this is such a obvious case of the police just not following protocol, they basically just fucking like riots started. Like the neighbors and the community were just like, yo, fuck you guys.
Yep.
And
yep.
then riots ensued. And
Wow.
that's basically that story.
Yep.
We got two more to go through really quickly. I know we've gone longer than we were anticipating. I do apologize.
It's okay. No worries. We're learning.
No running water in no North Macedonia. So Tenekomalo is like an informal settlement. In
Yep.
2022, the council or government gave them a plastic
Свои enjoy
water
42
container
069.
that holds 1 cubic meter of water and two waste containers. And this happened only after basically the European, I think it was the European Roma Rights Center or some NGO or Omnibusman or whatever it was, but some entity told them, like, you need to provide sanitization and water
Yep.
for these people. And 1 week before the deadline, they gave them 1 cubic meter of water and two bins
Humiliation.
to an
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
settlement
Oh,
of
fuck
thousands
you.
of people.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, basically just saying,
Никем 12 just for
just we did
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
wash their hands and say we did something.
Literally.
And in 2023, the court found they were privileged actually because they had been connected to an illegal water supply of unknown safety. And because they were already on illegal ground and they were using illegal water, the court was like, well, you guys are privileged.
Illegal water. Yeah.
Yeah. Illegal. First of all, yeah, illegal water.
Yeah.
But then
Water
water
also,
is
like,
legal. And
why don't they have access to water? You as a state is
yeah.
supposed to do this. Why are they looking
And
for alternative sources of water or electricity or
yeah.
waste
And
disposal or whatever? It's
a lot of people are like, gypsies are so dirty. Like, they burn their trash. Who's collecting
who's
it?
collecting it? Yeah.
You know, they
Exactly.
they steal electricity. Do we have an electrical grid for us to use?
Yep.
They're showering in the river. They're showering in where else?
Yep. Yep.
It's all again material conditions. And we can move on to the next one. The next one is hilarious. I say hilarious because I'm Bulgarian.
Yep.
And it's stuff that I don't want to like go into like personal anecdotes because there's like
Vimero.
we don't
Oh
have
shit. Okay.
but the Commissioner for Protection Against Discrimination fined the Bulgarian National Movement Party, so like far right party, because they had a website section called the Gypsy Question,
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
which is
The
just
G
Nazi. Yeah, it's just
question.
straight
Not
Nazi shit.
not the J. The G question.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
insane.
it is.
Freaks.
It's. I love Bulgarian racism so much because it's just so blatant. It's none of this like because I live in the UK. Like racism here is all very like under the rug, very very sophisticated, very polite racism. I just love Bulgarian racists. They're like gypsies to soap. What are we gonna do about the gypsies? Fuck you guys. You can
Well, the
hit the
problems go
translate
back
button at the top
to
as well.
the
There's an
Roma. Yeah.
English. If you obviously read like Kirillisa,
Yes, of
but
course. Without,
um
let me try. Without weapons, nothing can be done.
yes,
We
these are the
we
comments.
spend 4 billion for the C words.
Yes.
The only way to break C word criminality is with a strong hand, like literally Mein Kampf shit, just translated in
Yes,
Bulgarian.
yes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
quoting their fave.
yep.
They're literally quoting their fave. They're like, "Oh my God." Hitler Opar.
Yeah, C-word
Li-
terror. Like all this, it's.
Yeah. Um, so they had the gypsy question section on the website. Now the writers that were writing this accumulated over a few years. The writers were politicians and party members, of course.
Mhm.
Um, and they said stuff like the stuff you read, and these animals must be slaughtered to the bone.
Yep.
Um, so they're literally calling for violence to be done. They're not
For
just saying
ethnic
like,
cleansing to
oh,
be done.
yeah, they're
Yes.
calling for ethnic cleansing. They're
Yeah.
not like the gypsy question. How are we going to help these people get access to education? How are we going to help our community integrate and communicate and collaborate on our great, beautiful country of Bulgaria? No,
We're
we need
not.
to beat them like dogs.
Yep.
And these are politicians. So
Yep.
I love my country.
It's
Love.
yeah.
Love Bulgaria. Love Romania.
It's weird to compare or whatever, but Bulgarians especially, I have a lot of friends. There, the anti-Roma sentiment is like on steroids as compared
Yes,
to
it's
other
top
Balkans or
notch.
Western Europeans that I've talked to. It's like holy fucking shit, because they like
Yeah.
actively bring it into the conversation sometimes. Like we're
Yeah,
talking about
like
Formula
nothing
One
will.
or something, and now it's
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden we're talking about soap. Like the fuck, what, bro?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so strange. It's very strange. The obsession
It's
is
crazy.
weird. Yeah, yeah.
It's
But then they
it's
go
like
and
why
listen
why
to
do-
Aziz, of course, and they dance keep track and
yes, of
everything.
course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
It's
There's one of my favorite things, and I had this as a quote. I don't know if I deleted the slide or not. I don't know. I didn't look. Um, it's funny that we are called the thieves when our culture is one of the most, if not, I would say, the most stolen from culture in Europe. When you think of stuff like flamenco, especially flamenco for the Gitano community
yeah,
in places like Spain, in places like France, they originated. They were the creators of flamenco.
yep.
And now Spain is like, we dance the flamenco.
That's
No,
the
you don't.
flamenco. Yeah, yeah.
You don't dance the flamenco. I've seen a white woman dance the flamenco. I've seen a woman dance the flamenco. You do not dance the flamenco. That's not even my specific
Indeed.
cultural dance,
But yeah,
but I
yeah,
know the difference.
yeah.
Um, stuff, chalga, kuchek, stuff like this. Like, and it's something that I told LB and LB's chat, but skr dibbity dob 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 dob,
Yeah,
skibbity whiz,
yeah, yeah,
all of this is Fiki.
yeah,
This is the son of Tony Storaro.
yeah. Of
I'm sorry, this man is Roma. This man is Turkish.
Yep,
Aziz is a gay gypsy.
yep.
And he's your best friend. Yet you hate gays and gypsies. What's up?
Yep.
What's up with that? It's the cognitive dissonance between it's insane.
It is.
It's
And
actually
that one's my favorite. That's what I use
yes.
with my Slavic friends or whatever, especially those that are really engaged in turbo folk culture and so on. And it because it works. It works almost always. I'm like,
Yes.
dude, like half of the shit that you like the most in the
Yes,
world
that's not true.
comes from Roma people, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes it contextualizes and go like, oh fuck yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
I
oh
guess
wait,
they're
yeah.
cool, I guess. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah,
Like
there you
makes you
go.
like
There you go. That
cool
was not
creative
difficult.
individual.
That was not difficult. So,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
All right, we can go next slide, please.
We are on the next slide.
This I am just gonna read out. Or actually, can I ask you to read it out while I go to the bathroom? Would that be okay?
Of course.
I'm
Go,
basi-
go, go, go.
Thank you.
Humanitarian approach to the systemic issues. Throughout history, the population of Roma has faced a tremendous amount of trauma, which has remained a scar on the way we live and interact with Gadje. The average Rom is not a criminal, threat, or another cartoon depiction of a profoundly racist stereotype. Every Rom was born into a system designed to humiliate, hurt, and hinder the development of throughout our entire lives. From before we are born to the moment we die, our existence is policed and politicized. We deserve the recognition for our pain, and we need to dismantle and reestablish new systems built on equality and equity. Could not agree more, chat. Do we say W in chat on this statement? This
Did I
incredibly
time it?
radical call towards not being a piece of shit racist towards a whole group of people that you probably never even interacted with. Think we can have a lot
Thank
of
you, Hugo.
W's in chat.
I
It's
I
insane. I
couldn't
believe
have
this
said
is
it
radical.
better
This is too
myself.
radical. You're calling for political violence here, my
Yes.
friend. So I don't know, a little bit TOS unfriendly. You're calling on people being treated as human beings. That's really
Sorry.
radical. That is
Sorry.
dangerous rhetoric there. You're scaring me a little bit. We are there's
Sorry.
no
I'm a
politique here.
scary
No politique on
I'm a
this show. No politique
I'm a
here.
scary I'm a
Yeah.
scary brown gypsy lady. I
Yes.
know, I'm sorry. I'm terrifying. I am.
I've
Um
been shaking the whole time. That's why I'm.
I, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
And yeah, thank you again for doing that while I was in the bathroom. We can skip to the
Israel.
Israel just followed. Thank you. There's so I'll need to thank people later on. But yeah, we can skip next.
We are on the next
Hope
one.
for the future. The first version of the slide was "There is none" in red writing, huge, 34 size. But then I thought we need to be positive. We need to want a better future, whatever.
Yep.
Um, you need to speak to people in your life about trauma history and issues. You need to tell people about how what we've survived has led to our current material conditions. You need to understand that the way we live is not because we're evil. It's not because we're born different. We live the way we do because that is the circumstances we have been given. And we just have to deal with it. So when you see someone like, oh, but a gypsy stole my bike, and a gypsy did this, and you need to be able to speak against it. If you're a leftist, you already have the talking points there. You already understand the talking points. You just need to apply them to Roma people.
Yes.
You need to interact. You need to interact with Roma people in your community. Uh,
You have so
sorry,
many accents at
I
your
do.
disposal. Mm,
Too many.
you
But you need to speak with Roma people in your community. Maybe you pick up your cousin from school and he has a Roma classmate. Invite them over, play the Xbox together. I don't know what guys do. I don't talk about tits. I don't know. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Um,
90%. Yeah, you got that.
yeah,
Xbox and boobies. Yep. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I do.
Well, one of us. One of us.
Yeah. That's why I won't switch. But no mention of Roma at all in education system. There is statistics for that. I will mention it later. It's so yeah, Pisrael, you're right. Actually, I'll bring this up really quickly. Roma children in the UK and traveler children in the UK are most susceptible to school exclusions. Most Roma boys and traveler boys get excluded or sent to detention in school
Yeah.
more than any other race.
Wow.
That's just like a point that I wanted to make. Use your voice when you see an injustice towards a voiceless community. That applies to Roma, that applies to trans people, that applies to Palestinian people. You need to have the energy for everyone. Maybe you need to ration the energy. Maybe today you focus on this, tomorrow you focus on that. I don't know your specifically viewer chatter way to, interact with people is or how you spend your time, but you need to because an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So you need to do stuff. There's only one of me. I don't know how many people are watching. The couple of hundred, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, 300 people.
Yep.
There's 300 of you, one of me. Take what I've given you and go out there. Spread the word. Challenge people in your life. Even if it's something like what Hugo does, like you like Chalga, you like Aziz,
Yep.
he's a Roma.
Yep.
Even something as simple as that. Um, just do what you can. I'm not asking you guys to go and stop racism. I am actually. I take it back. I am. Please go stop racism. But do what you can to work towards it.
Absolutely.
Take action to support Roma. If you see a Roma protest, if you see, let's say, for example, in your hometown or in your city, there's a Roma NGO, and they're wanting to speak to Roma women about access to medicine. And you're I don't know, medical student. Go and offer your support.
Yeah.
Go and go and do something. Go find out if there's anything you can do. Because it's only gonna happen if we all work together. It won't happen, because Roma people I can stand here and sit here and say, I want human rights. Please, one human right. One
Please.
human right, please. One. And I can do that all day. But I need people to give it to me. I can't just ask for it.
Yeah.
I need comrades. I need people to demand it with me.
And
Because
to
my
work as a
voice, if I scream
loudspeaker
it,
for what you want to say. Right
yeah,
now, I brought you on the show. Now,
yeah,
300
thank you for
people,
that.
out of which even if 10 become loudspeakers for the cause, it's
Yeah,
already fucking.
more than zero.
Yeah, 10 times
Yeah,
more than one. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So you've done your job exceptionally well in that case. Yes.
Thank you. Държавите, докато не ритат кофата, ще борба. But yeah, we can go to the next slide.
Yes.
Again, thank you. I know this is significantly longer than we anticipated.
No, absolutely no worries. Now I'll ask for the mods to do the questions. I have to hit the toilet for a
Go
second.
piss.
I give you
Go
the full
piss.
platform. And now
Brb.
burb.
Brb.
Be right
Okay,
back. Please,
perfect.
chat, treat her well while I'm gone, or there will be hell to
Don't
pay.
worry. I can handle myself. Okay. So, this is something my university professor used to say. He used to say, thoughts, opinions, observations. And I've added questions. So, we'll start with a question from Lesbian Hot Sauce. She says, also, hey, baddie, how are you? She says, is there a film or documentary or media that we can watch that is made by Roma people that do recommends? Yes. Write this down. Write this down. Write this down. I want you to watch Black Cat, White Cat. Unfortunately, it is only on Amazon that you can find it with translation, with English translation. I intend on watching this, like, I want to do like a stream where we watch it together. It is the best movie ever. It is made by Roma actors. I think the director might be Serbian, but the movie it's actually the best movie ever made. It's my favorite movie. I hate movies. It's the only movie ever to exist in my life. And then for music, Aziz, Sofia Marinova, Fiki. I have a playlist. Esma Redzepova. Ask your parents about Esma Redzepova if you're from the UK, not from if you're from the Balkans. Ask them; they'll tell you how much they love this woman. Documentaries, there's a few that I can't think of right now, but I will link stuff to my link thing that I have pinned now. I'll link like entertainment. I'll call it that or something. Is there somewhere I can read through a presentation? I just joined 15 minutes ago. Rewatch the VOD, bestie. I'm sorry. I won't be able to publicize the slides. But the link that's pinned, okay, the link that's pinned is has all my resources that I've used, all my references. Question. I just got here and at the end of the last slide. Can you start over? Yes. Ole mole. Welcome, readers. There's also side note. So many people have followed and rated, so thank you. Unserious. What other makeup did you put on outside of mascara? Do you just have fantastic genetics because you're growing right now? I don't wear foundation. I have it. I own it. But you can see the last time I used it because it's like literally separated. I don't believe in it, so I don't wear it. So this is my natural skin. I do have a little bit of eyeshadow, and I have mascara on, and I wiped off my
Blueberry just followed.
I have like an eyeliner that I used as a lipstick. Lol. But that's a very kind compliment. Thank you. What are your thoughts on Tyson
Полумедленное
Fury?
подчеркивание space,
I
медленное подчеркивание
I
Just
like him as a boxer. I don't like him as a human. I think I've met him. I can't remember. Those are my thoughts. Don't say this. You don't like film with Yugobnik here? Okay, I won't say that in front of him. I'm gonna pirate the movie by all means. It's just hard to find it with English translation. Um, I mean, no, pirating bad. Hey, I want to ask if you know anything about Roma people that live in Norway because I live there. Okay, I do know something about. Uh, let me get my book. Epic. So, hold on. Now, it's upside down. No, it's not. One moment. So this is like one of the things that I was talking about. It's hard to find sources for a lot of things because it's a um very close community. But uh-huh. In Norway, after World War II, they did not allow Roma people back in. And that's what I had written down for Norway. So yeah, that's excellent. I also believe that the people that did live in Norway that were
Мою just
Roma, I believe they all came from one family that somehow stayed or managed to get back in. So it's about a 500 people family, and Norway has a very small, tiny Roma population.
I'm back. Are they treating you okay? Are you answering questions?
Yes, yes. And
Fantastic.
Nikolai Gutze, yes, another great link. The link doesn't work. Dear mods, have you saved the questions? Yes, the mods have. What aspects of Roma history do you think are often misunderstood, overlooked? From Kubashe, all of the things I've talking about today, especially the Holocaust stuff. Like I said, we were only recognized in 2011. I was trying to find like documentaries about the Roma Holocaust. It was very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Because again, it's nobody wants to care, so it's difficult.
Very.
What is Roma embroidery called, and where can I learn more about it? I don't know, and I don't know. I don't.
Was there
So
already a question of where the largest? You said 12 million, right?
yes,
What part of the world contains the most Roma?
Europe, Eastern Europe. So the Balkans
The
mostly.
Balkans, mostly. Yeah.
It is mostly the Balkans. Yeah, it's mostly us. So Roma embroidery, I don't personally know much about it. Like the embroidery we just do, I don't like. I personally haven't been taught Roma embroidery. It's just been taught regular embroidery. Like we don't have any particular signs or motifs that I'm aware of. So I don't know where you can learn more about it because I don't know anyone that does it. I don't know of Roma specific embroidery. And all textile stuff are all, of course, because they're usually women that practice the art form. It's very difficult to find. Question: since the Roma people live all around the world, would you say there are big cultural similarities, or are there big regional differences regarding where people live? Yes. So this is a really interesting question. So in my hometown, there's 3 Roma settlements. I live in the best one, of course. Uh, and there's 2 more, and they're adequate. You know, they're all shit.
Yep.
You know, they're all shit. I remember the day we got asphalt.
Jesus.
I remember that day. I remember the smell and seeing the people put the asphalt.
Yep.
I'm 23, by the way, and I remember that happening when I was a child. But in the same town, in 3 different regions, we speak 3 different dialects. We have 3 different methods of burial. We have 3 different wedding traditions.
Wow.
And we're in the same country, in the same town, 10-minute car drive away from each other, if 10 minutes. So there's every clan is very different. but there are similarities. Like Bulgarian Roma and Serbian Roma tend to be very similar. Uh, there's different clans like Calderesh and Manush. They're different. Uh, every clan is different. You know, you can't compare Cuchek to flamenco. You know, those people live in Spain, in Andalusia, in France. We live in fucking bumfuck middle of nowhere Bulgaria. It's different. We would have taken parts of other cultures along with ourselves and let that influence us, as well as we would have influenced different parts of
Yep.
the world as well. So yeah, huge differences. Huge differences. Question: Are there also Roma people in the Middle East? Yes, there is. Um, Under the Roma umbrella, there's a population of people called Doma,
Mm-hmm.
and they're said to be like again cousins of Roma people. But yes, there's also a theory at the moment. I don't know how I feel about this theory, but there's a theory going around that Roma people bought quote unquote belly dancing to the Middle East because the style of dance is very similar to a dance in Rajasthan, is also very similar to a dance in Iran, which would have been, you know, part of the migration. But it also could be like a collaboration. It could be a mix of, you know, it's
Yep. Yep.
complicated. It's really
Yep.
hard. Question: I've come across a creator going by Florida Florian, calling out of Roma culture. Do you know of him? Yes, I love him. We're actually muties on private Instagram. We're like we follow each other. We're like besties. Yeah. Yes. So he's a great source. He's a great source. He's lovely as well. Is Hugo spicy white? I'm gonna have to plead the fifth. Uh,
You don't have to answer that. What the fuck, chatter?
I've seen a lot of my teachers say G slurred without any kind of thinking about what it means. How can I tell them that the word is a slur? Refer to the VOD, refer to the first part. Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Also, just YouTube it. Like, go ask Florida Florian. He has great videos on that. The overall is, again, I would just reiterate, it's a slur. It's used to dehumanize. It's used to humiliate. The origin of the word gypsy itself is wrong because they thought we were from Egypt in England, and in Slavic
Very
languages,
just follow.
it comes from a word untouchable in Greek. So yeah, outside of the horrific crimes, the Ottomans in Romania, how were Roma treated in the rest of the Middle East before the Ottomans? I don't know. Is my answer. Um, no one ever mentioned Roma were killed by the millions. Someone did. It was me.
What?
You missed it though. Um, where is the largest population of Roma in the US? I don't know. I don't live in the US, but probably I want to say north. There is a creator. I forgot her name. Excellent. Well done. I will to oh thank you. Um to Sorry, someone subbed. Thank you. To I will add to the link. I will add section of other creators that are Roma, and I will add entertainment that is by Roma people. That's like my two homeworks to do.
Fantastic.
Um, so yeah, that's
Let's
what I will do.
let's take
But
three, four more questions and slowly
okay,
roll it out. Yep. Just
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
that you don't get too tired. I
Yeah.
think they
Y-
learned, and so that there's a little bit of
Yeah.
stuff that they should then refer to your
Read.
resources on and explore and learn more.
Okay, I'm just looking through them. Some of these
Leave
are
them wanting. That was the word. Leave them wanting.
yeah. By all means, come ask me as well. I'm probably gonna be live in the future. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
You- even even if you want to stay over with Hugo right now, by all means, I'm probably gonna, rest. But
This
ask
was
me
a
another
huge
time.
presentation on your end.
In
So
fact,
you
I'll
should.
add
You should. Like 2 hours and a half without stopping. That's a serious presentation.
Um,
М4 GIC, нижнее подчеркивание Mi4 Just Follow It.
it's called. I'm trying to find like a good question. It's called La Chodrom, uh, but it is a documentary, yes, and it's a musical documentary with no words, so it is a very good watch actually. Okay. Question: Roma people often live in segregated communities in the Balkans. Is there a wish from the population to live in mixed with the rest of the population, or is current living situation preferred, granted that actual material conditions are improved? This is
Right, Just Follow It.
it's a very again, it's a complicated question because different communities want different things. A lot of us just want the material conditions met, I'll be honest. Like if I could go back to Bulgaria and just have the material conditions of myself and my family met,
And then Machain
I would
Just
rather
Follow It.
that, and I would prefer to be in a Roma community personally because there's just bad racism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sunny Enthusiast Just Follow It.
When I have like when I've been to like public areas, like clubs, or meaning I've only been clubbing once, but
Lecture
like
Just
restaurants and stuff like that, it's a lot of like segregation and a lot of racism. It's like being watched at the store. I'd rather not. I'd rather go into my local store with my like the auntie down the street that owns it
Matic Так Just
Yeah.
and buy
Follow
from
It.
her because I know she's not gonna assume that I'm a gypsy that's gonna steal.
Completely
She'll only
understandable.
assume that if I have a history of stealing.
Yeah.
So I think even if the material conditions were met, I don't think a lot of Roma would. I think most of them would probably be of my frame of mind because we don't want to face the discrimination and the racism. I'm getting extreme deja vu. Uh, I'm not going to speak on the USSR and the Roma situation there because it's too complicated. We don't have time. Okay. Question: How accurate would it be to compare the experience of Roma that have to face the experience of Black people in America or the Rohingya in Southeast Asia? Very. Very. It's a mirror. An oppression everywhere is the same as an oppression everywhere else. It's a good talking point. So if let's say you're talking to someone who is African American who might not know anything about Roma people, but they know their own experience, just explain that to them, the similarities. I think that's pretty much all the
Yeah.
questions.
What do you think about? I mean, this is a cliche question, but I'll still ask it because I feel like it's one of those types of not even necessarily negative stereotypes, just stereotypes, which are almost always a negative, but you get my point. That are still okay, even in very liberal American circles. What am I alluding to? The presentation of Roma in film, in cinema,
In film and
and
media.
etc. etc.
So
Yeah.
this is
Just Follow It.
so I'm gonna send you something. Oh, actually, no, I'm not, because it just goes crazy mood. Because that's another I had a hope another 2 hour presentation on LB stream for representation in media. Um, but representation in media is always very bizarre because again, every stereotype is rooted in a little bit of truth.
Mhm.
Um,
But do you
but
use it for
a lot of
empowerment or is it just
it it's both because you have like if you have characters like Scarlet Red who's like a superhero and she's Roma and she's cool. But then you look at other characters and they're dirty gypsies that are thieves and tramps. Shakira, I'm a gypsy, are you coming with me? I might steal your
Oh,
clothes
oh
and wear
my
them if they
God! I
fit me.
never even. There you go, privilege. Yeah, I never. Yeah. Holy
you
shit, she
know
does say that. There you go. Yeah,
she
I'm
says
checking my
that.
privilege.
"Oh, I
Yeah,
steal
that's
your
an
clothes and
insane.
wear them
What the fuck? That's
outside."
an insane thing to say in a song. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Holy shit.
um
What the fuck?
but yeah, it's
What the fuck? Sorry for laughing. I just
no,
wait.
no,
This
it
just
is
completely
really,
recontextualized. Oh my.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really difficult. Like I could go another 2 hours just talking about representation media. I won't. I am tired also, and you have other things you need to get to.
Right.
But it's a very complicated dynamic because most of the media of Roma people are not created by Roma
Yeah.
people, and it's always an orientalized perspective,
Mhm.
regardless. Most of the time, it's very rare that you do see Roma art, Roma representation by Roma people. Um, so always take every representation of Roma media in media with a pinch of salt at the very least, if not a big spoonful or a whole bucket. And always think critically. Why are they showing me this? What am I supposed to infer from
Yeah.
this?
Mm.
Everything has imagery, everything has symbolism, and think, okay, if I am constantly shown Roma women as seductresses, as sexual objects, is that fetishization or are they all like that? Think, think, stop and think. Um, that's my answer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
Roma
Oh,
people,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
anything else?
Do we have anything else, or we wrap up?
You should watch Black Cat, White Cat. It is just a good movie.
It's a great
Srnakotka,
fucking movie, and I think.
have you
Well,
watched?
you tell me. I think even like they're all
You
the
go. Have
main
you watched Black
characters, and
Cat?
they're so power. Like they have control over their life. Like the difference between generations. Like what word am I looking for? There is not utility, but. Uh, they're not
It's bringing
side
it.
characters. They're not just somewhere on the side. Like they. I don't know what word I'm
They're
using. Sorry.
they
Yeah.
they all have. They've all been fully realized as characters.
They're
They they are.
beautifully
It
put. Yeah.
is Black Cat, White Cat is my favorite movie of all time. The reason why
It's literally
I
my
love
top
it so
five. I
much,
fucking love that movie so much. Sorry. Yeah.
um, it's because it is such a representation. It's actually good representation. A lot of it's obviously like exaggerated.
Yeah.
A lot of it's also real. A lot of it's, but growing up and seeing, the main character, the main female character, the love interest, she had short hair and she did whatever she wanted to. And even the fact that she was sexually active, was like huge. Because again, remember, most Roma people, women are thought to live, save yourself for the husband.
Mhm.
And the fact that they had, even like the small fact that they just had sex before marriage was like, is revolutionary. Um, but the movie, it shows us as the good guys, it shows us as the bad guys, it shows us as the heroes, the villains,
As
it shows us
humans,
as,
yeah, not
as
just
yes,
exclusively a
yes,
stereotype.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
humans. And it's more than just like the stereotypes, it's just the characters of it all, and the acting is
So
exceptional.
many scenes that are fucking cult. They are just fucking cult. The
Yes.
beginning when they're drinking and she pours him in a rakia glass, pours whiskey in a rakia glass, and the other guy
It's
look.
super
Yeah,
Rakio
yeah,
whiskey.
dude, one of the funniest fucking.
Oh my
things ever.
god.
Or the scene where he's like pit bull terrier and he's juggling grenades. Or when they put the dead grandpa upstairs with the fucking ice, it
Oh,
just starts
the
melting
eyes.
through the fucking roof. Oh my god! And just the way it ends when he just
It
he
is.
falls into the shit and stuff with the ducks.
Oh my
It's
god. Literally falls into the shit. Oh my god.
everything
You
was
go.
so
Can
good.
we can we please have like a stream party where we watch it together with
I
like
would love
everyone?
that. I can watch a movie a
That would
thousand
be.
times.
I
I
could. I'm gonna watch it right after this. Like I'm not joking.
You're giving me
Spoilers.
ideas as
Spoilers.
well.
Countdown.
I guys
Countdown.
literally watch it. You can probably find it on your favorite pirate site or
Yeah.
stream it. I don't know, depending on the
You
part where
can.
you're.
So
Yeah. Mhm.
also, you've watched this movie, but have you ever watched it with a Roma person?
No, no. I was
Okay.
always afraid,
You're
honestly, if I can be honest, I was always afraid maybe they, won't appreciate the
no.
film.
No.
So was trying to be respectful. But now you gave me a very good green flag. Yeah, we could do a watch party.
And
Why the fuck not?
and also like I think because there's like jokes that don't there's so many jokes that just don't land if you're not Roma.
Oh,
Like you just
maybe.
won't get
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. So
And I
that
I will be able to give you the cultural background to
hell
those
yeah,
jokes.
that would be so cool. That would be so cool.
Oh my God. Next stream
Awkward
confirmed.
Absolutely.
That's yeah.
I would
I
love that.
think I think that's a good place to end it as well.
It is. It is. Thank you
Oh my
very
God.
much for your time. Thank you for really teaching us, including me, a lot of stuff that I did not know up until now. Thank you for motivating us to, in whatever small way we can, contribute to uh, what is supposed to be seen as a bare minimum, telling people not to treat others as subhuman or something
Yeah.
because of, I don't know, an idea that was passed down to them that they never questioned. Very often, I think that idea can immediately be annihilated simply by questioning it, and for
Yes.
others, greater discussion is necessary, of course. So she's given you guys, guys, gals, and MBs, she's given you a lot of munition on what you can utilize. So utilize it. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming on. This was truly
Thank
enlightening,
you.
and we'll definitely do it again. Anything you want to tell the audience, where to find you, etc., please
Yes.
don't feel shy. Link your
Thank you for
Patreons, your GoFundMe's,
I
your everything.
I don't have any of that.
I
I
know,
am
fucking
gonna ask.
around. That was the, yeah.
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 What I will do is I will ask you guys to come to me if you have questions. Most of my streams are playing games, goofing around, as the I would say doofing around.
Wow.
But yeah, but at
It's good.
any given point, if I am live, by all means, come ask me a question. If it is in good faith, I will answer it. That is the one condition. Be in good faith, I will answer your question. No matter how uncomfortable it may be, no matter how, whatever it may be, if you want to learn about Roma people, I am honored to teach you something. Truly. I want nothing but the betterment of my people. Um, if you have money to donate, do not donate it to me unless you want to, unless you really, really want to. But if you have money to spare, please donate it to the European Roma Rights Center. I'm gonna add a link to that now.
Please do. I'll pin it.
So the European Roma Rights Center is where I was able to go on my activism training school. They had funded all of that for me, travel, everything. It was an incredible experience. They, besides doing like summer schools, they actually go and fight for human rights of Roma people throughout Europe. Read their work, support their organization. They do so many incredible things to fight for justice at a bureaucratic level that most Roma people do not have access to. Because of lack of education, lack of resources, and lack of care, they
Yeah.
care, and they do it.
So,
At the moment, they're incredibly underfunded because a lot of their funding comes from the European Union. A lot of their funding comes from America. And Trump cut resources and European Union cut resources. So they may not even be able to do the summer school next year, or it might have to be very few, or it might have to be like online. They don't know. But the summer school, the reason why that's so important is because activists from different parts of Europe that are Roma and non-Roma allies meet, and we have projects we're working on right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, I am in works with other activists to do stuff to help people, Roma people. And the European Roma Rights Center is like the umbrella that we are not under. I do not work for them. I want to clarify that.
yeah.
But they are a great resource for us to have as activists.
Fantastic.
So please, by all means, support that if you can. Come say hi. Most of the time, we just have fun. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be live for a little bit longer, just in case anybody has a desperate question want to come and ask me before they go back to Hugo's stream.
No. I'll forward you to. I'll let you take the audience, quote unquote, and I'll cut it, and you continue, and you guys
No,
all
it's
give you follows. And so no. I insist. That's the least I can do. So we'll no, once we make sure once we stop the Discord call, you continue streaming, and then I'll do a raid into yours, and then you'll continue with the audience. You can chill. You don't have to talk about the same subject and so on. But I insist you continue it and take them
Thank you.
ahead.
That's very kind. I will be
Fuck
giving
off.
you the most cultural context to Black Cat, White Cat. We will be,
Please,
we
yes,
will
yes.
be,
That will
we're
be
going
my
to watch it
payment. I
10
insist on
times.
that payment. Okay.
10 times we'll watch
Hugo
it.
goes right now, watches it, starts sending her like 700 DMs. Okay, I don't get this. Oh, but this one is just fucking
No, I
screenshots.
would love that.
Oh,
You have no idea, like, because I've been wanting to ask Sakura. Ask Sakura go right now. She's in my chat. I've been wanting to watch Black Cat, White Cat for as long as I've been streaming, but I've never found like the right audience, the right time, the right amount of people, the right place. There it is. Here it is. Right now. Well, not right now, but like this is it.
absolutely. And chatters are like less than four. Guy, the intention is different. I am trying to platform. You're slow sometimes, guys. I love you, but holy fucking shit. Ignore them. They're being,
Thank
they,
you.
they want their fucking slop. You will get your slop from this lovely lady. You fucking, yes. Thank you again. We'll be in touch regarding Black Cat, White Cat, but also
By
more
all
things,
means.
I
That'll be
hope.
my first DM after stream.
And go. Let's cut this thing, and I'll immediately raid you. Thank you very, very
Thank
much
you
for
so
taking the
much.
time to come here and educate us.
Much love, Hugo. Thank you for this.
Mwah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.